Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Kincaid, Illinois. It's time for the I8FA State Semifinal Playoffs. The road to Monmouth goes through South Fork here today. The crowd is ready to go, and we're here with a bunch of the rowdies here as the football teams are on the field. We're just about ready to go. We're going to be right back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And here we are. It is time for semifinal I8FA football live from Kincaid, Illinois. It's South Fork. The Ponies playing host to the Marcos of Polo. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Jeff Borders is alongside. Who's this guy? I haven't worked with this guy all year long. Kenny Suter alongside.
All year. It's been almost close to 2 now that I think about it.
We don't work together.
You've got me being the journeyman, running around doing everything.
That's right. Don't get to work with you a whole lot. Jeff, actually, you and I haven't got to do a game since maybe Unity back in before you started coaching.
Yeah, it's been a few years since we've done a game together. Now I'm there in the same building when we do the state games, and I've ran a camera for you here and there, but
haven't got to talk together much. It's a great day, man. The atmosphere here in Kincaid is like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it.
Electric.
It's like a bolt of lightning constantly. It is crazy. As Polo has been on the field warming up, you can see we had a lot of fun with the intro with the folks down in the far end zone. And got a heck of a game going on in the other semifinal, and there comes Polo onto the field as we speak. And while we see those guys run out, we'll let you hear what Coach Alston from the Marcos had to say just a little bit ago when his team arrived on the tour bus from Polo. Well, we're sitting down here pregame, a little early pregame. Coach, I gave you the sun. I apologize, Coach Alston. It's a familiar spot for you guys to be. You're in the semifinals again. Different group of kids. You've come on here at the end of the season playing pretty good football. Defense probably going to be a key for you today.
Yeah, I'd say so. Good offensive team here that we're going up against, and our defense has played pretty well, so feel good about what they can do. And obviously South Fork has a great defense as well, and looking at us, probably 2 pretty evenly matched teams, so looking forward to a pretty good game today.
A lot of talk about North versus South in this 8-man deal. The South teams have kind of struggled to make it to Monmouth or to beat the Northern teams. They seem to be getting better and better all the time. They knocked off a pretty good West Carroll team last week. I'm sure you guys are not taking these guys lightly at all, being undefeated.
No, I don't think anyone does. I think all the North-South stuff kind of comes from fans. It doesn't come from the coaches. I mean, obviously we know there's quality teams all over the state, so sometimes they do that and they get talking, but us coaches up north, that's not the way we feel for sure, and we know that this is a really good team.
You guys have to look at number 6. I would imagine he's going to be a key for you, but they have a few other players that can do some stuff. Last week, you guys maybe don't throw the ball as much as West Carroll, but they've got some defensive backs and some guys can do things offensively besides Bailey, and then on the defensive side too.
Yeah, they have a lot of different weapons offensively, and defensively they have guys that are good ball hawks. So, we'll have to take care of the ball, and we'll have to account for Bailey every time, on defense. But like I said, they have so many weapons that we just have to play good, solid defense and be disciplined.
You guys had some injury issues early in the playoffs, late in the season, and you've worked through those. Sometimes it's survive and move forward, right? You guys were able to do that. You came back, it looked like healthy last week. Are you healthy coming into today?
Yeah, we're about as healthy as you can be this time of year. I mean, everyone's going to be a little banged up and aches and pains, but overall I'm pretty happy with where we're at.
What's going to be the key for you guys offensively today?
I think we'll have to be able to move the ball on the ground, try to do the things we want to do and get yardage on the ground and keep the ball out of their hands.
If you focus on Bailey, who's the one player that you think, man, we can't lose sight of that guy while we're focusing on number 6?
Well, obviously you mentioned Lush. He's a great player. Their quarterback's a great player. I mean, Bailey's a tremendous player, but they do have great complementary players, and you can't just focus on one guy. They have just too many weapons, and, we would have to definitely keep track of Lush and their quarterback, and they've got nice receivers. I mean, there's too many to really just focus on one guy.
One more thing, Mumford was hurt. He came back last week. Looked like he played pretty well. He's good to go. Last week when Wes Carroll was here, it was the running back and running back facing each other. It seemed like they were tackling each other. They were running over each other, running into each other all the time. Your guys' defense, I think, seems to be a little more balanced defensively even. You guys don't want your main linebacker always probably hitting the running back, but is Bailey a kind of guy you spy at all or anything like that?
I mean, I wouldn't say you spy. You just have to be very disciplined. I mean, we don't necessarily spy someone like that. It's hard to do that from that position, but he's definitely been a big focus in practice. Let's say that.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on another semifinal appearance. I know that you're not happy with that or not content with that, and maybe we'll see you next week in Monmouth.
Hope so. Thank you.
We'll be right back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this. And welcome back. South Fork, as you see on the screen now, Kenny was able to keep track of the coin flip while we were away, and Kenny, sounds like South Fork deferred.
Yep, they deferred. They will kick off. Luckily for me, to not get anything confused, they will defend towards the left side of your screen. So we'll be able to see the Polo Marcos offense first, see how they really want to tackle this defense.
Jeff, you've seen tape, I'm sure, on both of these teams throughout the year and heard people talk about them. And these two teams kind of similar. They're going to want to pound on each other throughout this game.
Yeah, I actually got to see Polo first week as we opened our season, made the trip up to Polo, and they definitely want to control the line of scrimmage. They want to pretty much jam the ball right down your throat and make you commit to the run, and then maybe hit you with a quick pass that you're not quite expecting. Got to see a little bit of the South Fork here lately, too. Watched your broadcast last week, and also the fact that they've got the top-ranked rusher in the state, an 8-man. Coming into last week's game, every 5 touches was a touchdown for him. So it's kind of obvious what they want to do with the ball.
Yeah, exactly. We'll hear what Coach Hanlon wants to do with the football as we talk to the home coach, Coach Hanlon from South Fork, just a little bit ago. All right, welcome back here, Coach Hanlon. I'll tell you what, you guys just keep extending this postseason farther and farther. That's what you want to do, your first time in the semifinals. How special has this week been for you guys?
It's been very, very special. These seniors have just totally embraced it. We tell them every time, just, when you come out here, take a look up in the crowd and just appreciate what you guys have created here, because they've just, they've completely transformed this community. So, we ask them just to look up and appreciate that and play for each other. And, we're playing to play another week now.
Well, you guys come in here your first time in a semifinal. You're playing a team it's almost like old hat being in a semifinal. Sometimes that can be a benefit. Sometimes it can be not a benefit. How do you guys feel? I mean, you feel like the kids are handling that excitement and that pressure okay?
Yeah, and we kind of made a point this week that, we obviously know who we're playing. We know Polo's been here. They've been here, done it. And, we just approach it as it's our next game. And it doesn't really matter who we got the next game. We're just grateful for another opportunity, and we'll give it everything we got.
Bailey was a little slow getting going last week. He's your workhorse. He's the guy that everybody thinks of when they think of South Fork right now. He got going in the second half. Looked like you wore down West Carroll a little bit. This team that you're playing today is maybe more like you guys. They can pound it out. They can rough up their opponent. This might be a battle of toughness against toughness today.
100%, yeah, and honestly, we love that kind of game. So, we're gonna keep it on the ground, do what we do, give it to George. And I've said it before. I think he just doesn't ever seem to get tired. Just as the game progresses, he runs harder and harder, and he tells me that on the sideline. Coach, I need the ball. I'll give it to you. So. Yeah, I think it's going to be an extremely physical game, and you expect nothing less from a semifinals game.
Polo sounds like they're pretty healthy. You guys healthy coming into today?
Yeah, thankfully we're. I don't know if we even have many bumps and bruises at this point. We're very healthy, and that's a blessing this late in the season.
Now you guys have Bailey. They've got Mumford and a few other guys. we talk about offenses a lot. Your defense was key last week. Lush had 3 interceptions. You guys did a lot of things. You probably won't see as much throwing stuff through the air today, or you don't maybe expect to anyway. What changes for you guys defensively, having to go a little more smash mouth as opposed to airing things out?
Yeah, I mean, last week they definitely wanted to put it in the air a little bit, but we know what they want to do. You know, they want to come out, they want to ground and pound it just like we do. So it's going to be a hard-nosed game, and our boys are ready for that. They kind of thrive on that. They still want to hit this in practice this late in the year, and we're guys, we got to wait till Saturday. We got to wait. So we thump a little bit, but they are more than excited for a physical football game.
Well, two sides wanting to pound the ball up the middle and get it to the outside occasionally. No clock stoppages for incomplete passes. There's not very many clock stoppages for running out of bounds probably today either. Maybe one of the fastest semifinals you're ever going to see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's kind of what we expect going into this one, which means you got to take advantage of the opportunities that you get. When you get the ball, you got to cherish it, you got to hang on to it, and every time you get it, you got to make the most of it, because this could be you get 1, maybe 2, 3 possessions a quarter. So you got to make the most of it every single time you got the football.
Oh, I've been down talking to some people in the end zones here. You got crowd all the way around this place. You talked about how it's breathed life into the communities as part of South Fork, but what would you like to say to these people that this is, no matter what happens today, this is the last home game of the season? What would you like to say to those people?
Thank you. I mean, is the biggest thing. They've been unbelievable. I mean, I could never even imagine, what this community has done, the way they've showed out. We had people setting up tents on Tuesday, coming down here, marking their spot, and that's a dream for this community. And me personally, it's been unreal. This community's been unbelievable. We can't thank them enough, and we're going to play for them today.
Well, good luck, and maybe we'll see you next Friday night, and this whole crew will have to take their show on the road.
I hope so. That's the plan. So that is the plan.
All right, we'll be right back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this. And welcome back here as we are getting ready for the national anthem. We were able to catch up with Joe Merdian from the Spotlight on Illinois 8-Man football a little bit earlier. We'll let you hear what he had to say, and we'll be back with the start of the game in just a few minutes. All right, welcome back here to Kincaid, Illinois. Another break and another interview. Joe Merdian from all over the place. He does all kinds of things, but the Spotlight on Illinois 8-Man football podcast, most notably for what we're doing here today. But for you today, it's all about radio.
Yeah, we got WLT Radio down here. We've covered all the Polo games this season, getting ready to cover the semifinal game here. So pretty excited, Dwayne, to be here. And, what a great atmosphere for small school football this is.
You guys talk about it all the time, and we talk about it, it seems like, every game. This is what 8-man football was meant to do.
Yes.
To allow communities that are short on numbers or short on players or short on boys in general, able to have a football team. And if you don't think that this is real football, just take a look around this place.
Yeah, I mean, the excitement here and the time and what these players have put in both these teams with several guys in the all-conference team and the all-state teams. And I think we're in for a real good football game here today. And, again, what a special atmosphere and a game that these kids are all going to remember whether they win or lose this game here today.
Yeah, and, that's the worst thing and the best thing about this part of the season, right, is that somebody's going to leave brokenhearted and somebody's going to leave extremely happy. And it hurts as a commentator. I know you're here for Polo per se, but it still hurts for us to have to watch that every year, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it does. And that's just kind of the way this whole system's set up. When you got somebody playing for a championship, that means every other team's going to lose their last game. So, but again, it's just the way it is, and I think you're going to get 100% effort from both these teams today, and I'm looking for a real good ball game here today.
Well, last time I checked, as we do this interview, it was 6-0 Amboy.
Yep.
That game, I think, as we are talking, is going pretty much how we expected. Kind of a slobber knocker, close.
Yeah, you got two of the top defenses in 8-man football, if not the top 2 defense. I expected nothing else, and so we'll see how the second half of that one shakes out. But I'm definitely not surprised by that score at the half, for sure.
Got a pretty good defense in Polo.
Yep.
Pretty decent defense in South Fork.
Yes.
And 2 pretty decent offenses in this one as well. I mean, I know you guys talked about it on your show, on your podcast, but this is probably the 4 best teams in the state playing today.
Yeah, I think so, Dwayne. I mean, as I stated on the podcast, no combination of these 4 teams left at state would surprise me. So as you see in this first game, Amboy and Milledgeville, obviously that looks like that's going to come down to the wire. We're expecting a good ball game here today, and Dwayne, when you get to this time of year, you can't stress it enough. Teams that can run the ball and teams that can play defense are going to advance, and these 4 teams that are left can do both of those things.
You're from the north. They talk. Seems like we talk a lot about, or I don't know that we do, but fans talk a lot about the teams from the south not being able to compete with the teams up north. But you start seeing these teams in the south; they just keep creeping their way up there. But the cool thing is South Fork's never been to a semifinal. Yeah, ever.
I mean, I've got to assume that this is the biggest game this field maybe ever. So, and you can tell by the output, we're 50 minutes away from game time here doing this interview, and this place is already filling up quick here and with orange. So I love the atmosphere. I love what I've seen different things of what this town has done leading up to this game. And again, as we talked about, this is what it's all about, Dwayne. This is the things that these kids are going to remember for a long time.
For anybody, I'm sure everybody's seen it watching this, or listened to your podcast. Tell everybody, in case they haven't, a little bit about your guys' podcast and how you came about to focus on I8FA.
Yeah, so, Patrick McPherson kind of came up with the idea. We had seen some different people from around the state that had done different shows for different conferences and that sort of thing. And Patrick says, Joe, what do you think about we start a podcast and we just focus on 8-man? And I said, well, let's give it a try and see what happens. And we just kind of started it. Next thing you know, it became pretty popular, and now it's like we got people waiting for that podcast to come out every Sunday morning. So, it just really took off. And Patrick McPherson, the general manager of the station back at 94.3, it was his idea. And then, apparently he found the right guys to go with him. This has been a pretty good success. So I'm glad to be a part of it and honored. And hopefully it's something we can continue to keep doing year in, year out. And just we just wanted to, as Patrick says, shine the spotlight on 8-man football, give these kids the recognition they deserve. They're working just as hard as the 11-man kids, and that's kind of why we started the spotlight. We had no idea it was going to get as big as it did, but we wanted to give different kids, different teams that recognition they deserve.
And 8-man has grown in so many ways, and it continues, I think, to get new fans too. But you guys are, and I too, are all former 11-man radio broadcasters and everything else. So you've grown to love this sport too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. My boys played on that Polo team in 21 that won state. So, it was a great thing for our family. Had we been 11-man that year, I don't know how far we would have gone. We still, I think, would have been a decent team, but we're not winning a state championship. So, and it's not all about the winning, though, Dwayne. It's about just giving the kids the opportunity to play on Friday nights, and again, it's better than not playing or better than being in a co-op, in my opinion, that sort of thing. So, again, just from my experience, Polo was able to stay Polo football, and that's meant a lot to a lot of people over the years.
That's one of the best things about this whole deal, and continues today, right? At this game right here, Polo is continuing that march. I've talked to an assistant coach from Polo who mentioned they've kind of been cursed of late. Since the West Central Drosty 4.6 second touchdown run. It's kind of been a semifinal curse since then. Yeah,
it's funny you mentioned that, Dwayne, because this morning my one son was watching the replay of that game this morning. Well, when he woke up, I don't know why he chose that game to watch, but definitely one of the greatest games that's ever taken place in the history of the 8-man football league here. But I guess if you've made 6 straight semifinals, you are going to have some heartbreaks. You're not going to win them all, but I think that's the thing. Like teams like Amboy and Polo have kind of set the standard in Milledgeville. Teams want to see what those teams are doing. And I think a lot of teams are trying to start to emulate those things. And it's just like any other level of football. NFL, college is a copycat league. So. I think you're starting to see some of these other teams pick up on some of the things the Poles and the Amboys have been doing here to have the success.
I8FA is having their first coaches clinic in February too. That kind of says how much this is growing, doesn't it?
Oh, I couldn't agree more, Dwayne. It really has. Like, if you would have told me 6 years ago that, I'd be on 2 podcasts about 8-man football every week, and there'd be a coach's clinic just for 8-man football, I would have thought you were crazy, So the way this thing has taken off has just been a blessing for all the teams and players that have been able to compete. And, it's a really good thing.
Allows you to do a whole bunch more postseason football too, doesn't it?
Yes, it does allow that. Our coverage area, we've been pretty fortunate with Polo and Amboy and Milledgeville here the last few years, so it has definitely allowed for that. And I will say, Dwayne, this is the warmest day I can remember for the 3rd week in November, all the years I've been covering high school football. So
I'm sitting here sweating.
It's
crazy. One thing, if this was to somehow end up Polo Milledgeville, how crazy would your area be?
It would be pretty crazy. I mean, I can't even really put it into words. I mean, it's a lot of pride there. The Battle of the Blacktop. It'd be the ultimate Battle of the Blacktop trophy, that's for sure.
Battle of the Blacktop on the road.
Yeah, all the fans know each other. Of course, all the players know each other. I just can't imagine what type of atmosphere that would be. So that would be fun for sure. But Polo's got a big challenge here ahead day before we even think about that.
And Milledgeville's got a big challenge with Amboy.
Yes, they do.
Right?
So
a lot of great football to come. Joe, thank you for all you do for I8FA.
Yep.
Thanks for coming on and talking to us at least once a year now.
Yeah, I try to.
Hopefully we can maybe get you on at the state championship.
All right.
Next
Yep,
week.
Dwayne, we'll see you Friday night, Mama. All right.
Good. We'll
Thank
be right
you.
Back. And welcome back live here for semifinal football, and it's all but over, I think, in Amboy. Under 2 minutes to go, Amboy's got the ball up 12-8. They just got the ball back, and we're ready to kick off here from Kincaid, Illinois. South Fork kicks to Polo. It's
going to make it.
It's going to make it, and who's going to fall on it?
Polo
got on it, but, man, I didn't think that ball, Jeff, had any chance in heck of ever making it to the 50.
Within the first 3 bounces, that thing hadn't gone 3 yards, and all of a sudden it made kind of a right-hand turn and started heading for the 10 yards.
You got to give – I couldn't pick up what player snagged that for Polo, but you got to give them some serious cred for hopping on that football because it didn't look like it was going to get there.
He stood right there and watched it. As soon as it hit that 10-yard mark, he fell right on it.
Polo getting ready for their first offensive play of the game as we get ready to go here. Handoff to the deep back. He's got some running room off right side. Around the corner. He's going to be close to a first down. Showing some speed. Brody Lush knocked him out of bounds.
83 on the carry. I don't have an 83 on the roster.
I don't either. That's what I was just looking at.
In a 9, though, Dwayne.
In a 9. We'll figure out who that is. 2nd down and 1. Handoff back up the middle again. It's going to be a first down. Whoa! Man, a big-time hip check there. Not sure if Landry Mumford might be number 83. We see number 11 in the white jerseys. Have not. 83 might be normally number 11, Mumford. We'll see if we can figure that out here. Yes, I know we should have done our homework a little better, I guess.
I see an 11 on the sideline standing.
Handoff again.
Got it.
Left side, running around the corner and out of. Oh, he's going to stay inbounds and take a nice long little hop, and he's going to go for a gain of 6 or 7. We'll see where they mark it. It's going to be a gain of 7. 2nd down and a short 3.
It is Mumford, Dwayne, in 83.
Mumford's wearing 83 today instead of number 11. I could have deduced that, but thanks to the radio guys in front of us, Joe Murdian and crew.
I used our resources here.
Yes, that's nice to have that available to us right here in front of us today. 11:14 to go here in quarter number 1. And it is Polo driving, 2nd and a short 3. Mumford's going to take the pitch this time. Oh, nice cut. He's going to have a first down and more from about the 22.
About a gain of 6, Dwayne.
I gave him a gain of 5, it looks like. He only got to the 27, 32 to the 27. Gain of 5, 1st and 10. What was that, 4 plays and 2 first downs, right?
4 plays, 23 yards, all by Mumford on the ground.
That nice little sidestep on the sidelines there, tight rope on the sidelines, got him an extra 2 or 3. Stevenson up under center. Going to pitch it out to Mumford again. This time he's going to cut back against the grain and breaks a couple tackles again. And he's going to go for another nice gain. He's down inside the 20, down to the 19, a gain of 7 again.
83 every time. Let's go.
Mumford is not the big back, is he? But, man, he's running hard.
Yeah. He's finding those cutback lanes there. As you saw, cut back against the grain, able to get some extra yards there, and he's just doing a real good job of reading the blocks in front of him.
So 2nd down and 3 again for the Polo Marcos. Just underway, first quarter action. Handoff this time to the big fullback up the middle. He's going to be across the first down marker. 75, I believe.
Let's go, D.
On to carry.
Number 55, Lance Davis. And number 40,
Wyatt Plackner.
Here's for that defense.
On the carry. The first down, a gain of 5. You give him 5 or 6, Jeff?
Oh, I only gave him 3 on that. He got down to the 15.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right, I guess. Oh, but there's an offside. No flag. I don't see a flag, but it doesn't matter. Mumford around the right side, and he's going to be close inside the 10.
Gain of 9 on that one. Almost a gain of 10.
Yep, gain of 9. It's 2nd down and 1 just outside the 5-yard line for the Polo Marcos. A gain of 9. We're at 9 minutes remaining here in quarter number 1. Polo is not shown any willingness to step off the gas pedal here. They have just driving it right down the throat of the Ponies. Here's Mumford again. He's got a first down. He's going to be wrapped up short of the goal line, but it will bring up first down and goal. A gain of 3. First and goal at the 3 for the Marcos. 8:43 remaining here in quarter number 1. First drive of the game, and the Marcos are trying to set some dominance right off the bat, Jeff.
75, Wyatt Planchno was the fullback on that run earlier. But yeah, this is exactly what I said. They're just going to take the ball and they just want to run it straight up the middle on you.
They've had 1 or 2 runs to the outside. Everything else has been up the middle. Here's the handoff to Mumford, and he's going to go in. He was at the goal line before he got touched. Mumford in from 3 yards out. Touchdown, Marcos.
9 plays, 48 yards, 45 of them all by Mumford on the run.
1 run by Planchno. Is that how you pronounce that? Planchno?
Sure.
Okay, Planchno. And it is 6-0 very quickly here for the Marcos as they Mercer Mumford on the touchdown.
Looks like the
And it's going to be the first
offsides
penalty of the games against the Ponies.
So
half the distance. So a 1.5-yard penalty.
on the extra point, though. That's a big difference.
Yes, it is.
Let's go, boys.
Black, no, I'm being told. Thank you, Kai. We appreciate it. 8:15 on the scoreboard. Mumford lowers his shoulders, and in he goes. A 2-point conversion run is good for Mumford and the Marcos. And they lead 8-0 here with 8:15 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a break. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
There's so many advantages and opportunities within Illinois Farm Bureau to work on yourself, on your business, and the agriculture industry as a whole.
That's why Douglas County farmer McKenna France is all in on the Illinois Farm Bureau. We invest in the people who make agriculture thrive. The Illinois Farm Bureau Advantage: impactful advocacy, trusted information, and meaningful development.
And welcome back. A little word from the Illinois Farm Bureau, who will be sponsoring the state championship game next Friday night at Monmouth College. You'll be able to see that action right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. It'll be Wyatt Reed, Chris Frankhauser, who called the game up in Amboy today, and the gentleman sitting to my left, Jeff Porter's on the call. Well, gentlemen, I use that term very loosely. On to kick. It's going to be Stevenson. So we get ready to go. First kickoff for Polo coming here, and it's a squib kick as well. It bounces. It's going to be fallen on. Good job of coming back and covering up the onside slash squib kick. It was Stephon Shanks covering it up for the Ponies. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 43 or 44 yard line.
It's going to be about the same starting position that Polo just had.
Yeah, a little bit farther into their territory, but not very much. And both teams trying to get one quick, which you can't really blame them here. Van Hooser at quarterback for the handoff's going to go to Bailey. And much like last week, Bailey finding nothing early. And a host of white jerseys there, a loss of 2. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, there was just nothing there. Polo right in the hole before Bailey could even get there.
It's almost like Polo knew the play. They were there so quickly.
As the coach said in the pregame, you know, he was the focus of a lot of focus for the week of practice.
So, see what they have to offer here. Lush in the backfield beside Van Hooser this time. Bailey the deep setback and a fake snap and a 5-yard penalty on the Ponies. And Jeff, we talked to both coaches about this is nothing new for this Marcos squad. It's a whole new experience, this pressure, the semifinals for the Ponies. Maybe seeing a little bit of that here in the first quarter.
Yeah, there's going to be pressure, especially when you haven't been this far in the playoffs before and you're playing such experience.
Here's the hand. Oh, fake the handoff. Van Hooser's going to keep it. He's got some running room around the right side, but he's just going to run out of bounds. Mumford chases him out. It's a short gain, a gain of about 2. Well, yeah, a gain of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5, or 3rd down and 15, excuse me. Clippers get the win in Amboy, so it's a 4th straight trip to the state championship for Amboy. Now here's Lush again lined up to now Van Hooser is going to throw over the top and diving, can't reel it in. The gentleman who picked up a touchdown catch last week, that's Hudson Hout. It was intended for him. It's 4th down and 15 now. And Jeff, they had it just a little too far out for a diving Hout.
Yeah, just right off of his fingertips. That ball's back a half yard, and that's a complete, and it's going to make this a 4th and a lot shorter than what it is now.
So punting formation on now for the Ponies. Shanks with the punt. Nice punt. Stevenson gets it at about the 20. Make that the 30, excuse me. He's going to come out across the 35 to the 37. It'll be 1st and 10 Marcos at the 37-yard line with 7:01 to go in the first quarter. So thus far, Jeff, it is all Marcos.
Yeah, Polo coming in, taking the opening kickoff just right down the field for a touchdown. No hiccups in any of the play calling on that one or on the field. And then coming out on defense, making some real big stops there. Did have an open receiver, but they were able to get enough pressure on the quarterback that it fell incomplete.
Get that quarterback. Take him down. Let's go.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 Polo at their own 36, they called it. I called it 37. Looks like they did move it back a little bit. This is going to be a direct snap. Ball is out. It's going to be recovered by Polo.
Yeah, that ball came right out, right in the air, and right into the hands of number 52. Looks like Ethan Dewey on the recovery of that. We'll call it a fumble. We'll call it a ball up in the air.
Yeah, Mumford had it knocked out of his hands, and luckily for Polo, when things are going your way, they're going your way. A 3-yard gain. It's 2nd down and 7. Stevenson. Mumford not on the field of this play. Stevenson's going to keep it. He's going to go straight forward. Gain of about, I'm going to give him 4 or 5?
4.
4 is 3rd down and 4. Short 4 here for Polo. Mumford coming back in. There was no question what that play was from the start.
Right. Stevenson took the direct snap and followed his blockers right up the center.
Make sure you share the link to let everybody know where you're watching from. Here's Mumford again. He breaks a couple more times.
He's going to be short, Dwayne.
I don't know. He leaned forward. I think he got it. He was initially short. You're absolutely right. But I think, they're not going to give it to him.
No, even from our angle, it looked like he was about a half-yard short, and he got hit, and he didn't go forward.
They're going to measure. The Ponies fans are guaranteeing it's short. Jeff says it's short. He leaned forward at the very end, I felt like, and got some.
No way.
That was way more. That was a whole football across the line.
Right. That surprised me with where that was.
He leaned forward at the end, but I didn't think that.
I think they gave him on that lean. They gave him that extra bit when he held that ball out.
I kept waiting for him to stretch the chain out, and there was no stretch in the chain out.
No, I agree. So 4-yard gain makes it a 1st down.
Get that ball. Quit playing around with him. Let's go.
Stevenson, Mumford to his left. Ball's on the ground.
Mumford got it.
Mumford is again the ball on the ground for the 2nd time, and a Pony player right there unable to come up with it. Mumford falls on it, and heartbreak for a 2nd time, as it was number 14, Ian Dial, who was right there and just couldn't come up with the football.
It was a loss of 3, Dwayne.
Yeah, I'd say 3. A long 3, short 4, whichever you like to do. 4:50 to go in the 1st quarter. So this is the chance here for the South Fork defense, Jeff.
That's the first negative play for Polo so far. There's another one.
That's a big negative play.
That's going to be all the way back to about the 25-yard line, Dwayne.
Mumford from the 42. All the way back inside the 20.
19-yard loss, Dwayne.
He was from the 42. It's a 20. Where's it at? It's at the 13. The ball's on the 13-yard line. 7 and 22, 29-yard loss.
29, that's what, I wrote 29, but I said 19.
Looks like Polo will take a timeout.
Timeout charged to the Marcos. And Jeff, that's one of those deals right there where it's been on this drive 3 plays that have really cost the Marcos, and it's the kind of thing that can take the nerves away from a team and kind of get the Ponies wrapped up and going.
You know, the first two fumbles that Fluke went right back to the Polo player, and like you said, the momentum is still with Polo. When it's going your way, it's going your way. That was like a 90-mile-an-hour fastball snap that went right through Mumford's hands, and it just kept rolling end over end all the way down. And as we said, a loss of 29 on that.
That's you kind of wonder. I played center a little bit when I was younger, but man, you kind of wonder why that snap was quite that hard. In all honesty, it's 3rd and forever here.
3rd and 42.
There's the pitch, right side, running room. Mumford's going to get some of it back, but not a lot. He got 10. It'll bring up 4th down and 32.
Now they moved him back.
He's to the 13 or 23, and he started at 13, so it's a 10-yard.
I was looking back there. They had him on the I thought he was on the 15.
They will punt, amazingly enough, right?
Nice spiral.
Punt. Lush is going to stay away from it. It's going to take a Polo, started to take a Polo bounce and then kind of spun around. And we talked about that first onside kick taking a weird bounce. That one did too. It bounced and then spun left.
Yeah, then kind of hit and just made a little circle back towards the center of the field.
You know, I was talking to some of the coaches before the game, and they were talking about how hard this field is. I don't think they've put much water on it, so it is pretty hard out there. It's very dry down here, and in all honesty, I don't know that they would want anybody watering a football field down here. It's just so dry and kind of drought conditions, so it is hard out there, though, and that may be part of the reason. Van Hooser. An end around. And again, just the pursuit of the Polo defense. And one of the players out there making it difficult for the Ponies was number 25, Quentin Hart, as he fought through a block. It ended up being about a 2-yard gain, a 2nd down and 8, but Hart was fighting from his outside linebacker position or his corner spot out there, Jeff, and kind of kept that in check.
Yeah, did got some, as we would say, sealing the edge there, forcing that back inside.
Hand off to Lush, and he gets met. Pack now is there, number 75 and others. And a loss of 2, so it's 3rd down and 10.
There you go. Get in there, Elder. Make a hole. Show them what's up.
.228 clock running here in the first quarter. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoy the broadcast. Once again, Kenny Suter on camera today. Jeff Borders alongside. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for joining us. A very beautiful and warm 3rd Saturday in November. And now a timeout charged to the Ponies. We'll take one as well. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And welcome back as Polo comes back to the middle of the field from their far side of the field.
Let's go, boys.
We are outside here, Jeff. It's not ideal for the radio. We're kind of bunched up in a small area, but I kind of like this spot. We got an overhang, shade. It's not a bad out of the wind.
Right? I mean, you normally don't get 73 days on November.
Van Hooser is going to be brought down in the backfield. This time it's number 52, Ethan Dewey, on the stop. They tried a fake to Bailey, and he's going to lose a couple more, and it's going to bring up a couple yards. Fourth and 12 here for the Ponies. Marcos lead 8-0 with 1:40 to go in the first quarter. I think Wardford jumping in from the Polo game. Here's another punt. That's not another muffed punt, but they're going to fall on it. Stevenson this time. And that is 4 fumbles, Jeff. Well, 3 fumbles and a muffed punt, and they have recovered all of them.
I mean, the last 2 we've seen, there wasn't anyone else around to cover them. The first 2 we saw could have went to anybody.
Still marked as fumbles, though, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, it's just you lose that many balls on the ground, and you think you're going to lose 1 or 2 of those at some point.
I wouldn't be putting your luck to test right now if I was Polo.
Yeah, sooner or later that's going to run out.
It is.
And now a timeout.
There's an equipment violation of one of the players, it looks like. We're sending Platchnow off. I don't know if he's got blood on his arm or.
150 pounds less.
Platchnow going off the field.
Yep.
Signal from Kenny that there was blood on the arm. So handoff's going to go to Mumford.
Got some laundry in the backfield. See what that call
is. Keeps
his
feet pumping.
Number 6, George Bailey, and number 4,
A penalty on the Marcos.
Illegal procedure on the Marcos.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty. First and 15. Boy, this first quarter started off almost perfectly for the Marcos, but it has not been so great this last half of the first quarter.
And the funny thing is, I just looked up and realized there's just a minute left in the quarter.
This time Stevenson up under center. Handoff's going to go to Mumford. He's got running room. Dude, he just keeps moving.
Ooh. Gain of 15, 16?
No. Gain of 14 or 11. It was second and 15. Or it's first and 15. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's a gain of 11, second and 4.
Thought it was a 10-yard. My bad.
No. Procedure's only 5, right?
Yeah. Getting back some of the yardage he lost on that fumble.
Actually, Mumford gains an extra 5 because of that. About where he was at. Here's Mumford right side. Lush is out there. He breaks that tackle. Breaks another tackle. Across the 40 of the Ponies.
All the way down to about the 38-yard line.
36, 14, 24, 27 yards on the carry. First and 10 at the 37.
Let's hear it for that defense.
That run will get him back on track to where he was.
Mumford is an extremely difficult runner to bring down. He's shifty, but he's not big, but he's breaking so many tackles.
Yeah, he runs hard.
Mumford up the middle. Quarter is over. Mumford's going to go for a gain of 4 or 5.
Gain of 4.
And it's going to bring up second down and 6 when we come back for the second quarter. You're watching the Road to Monmouth and the Illinois Farm Bureau's state championship game for the Illinois 8-Man Football Association here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
There's so many advantages and opportunities within Illinois Farm Bureau to work on yourself, on your business, and the agriculture industry as a whole.
That's why Douglas County farmer McKenna France is all in on the Illinois Farm Bureau. We invest in the people who make agriculture thrive. The Illinois Farm Bureau Advantage: impactful advocacy, trusted information, and meaningful development.
And welcome back as we get ready for the second quarter here from Kincaid, Illinois. It's the Marcos and the Ponies on I8FA semifinal round playoffs. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Jeff Borders and Kenny Suter are alongside. Second down and 6 to open the second quarter, Jeff, and it's 8-0. But after that first drive, you kind of wondered if it was going to be worse than that. But the Marcos kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit here down the stretch.
Yeah, that second possession, 3 straight fumbles, one of them being a loss of 29 yards.
Pitch, Mumford again. He's hitting a hole that time. That's really the first time, Jeff, that they have met him at the hole and stopped him. It's going to be a couple-yard gain, third down and a long 4.
Yeah, that one there, he was forced back inside, which he's been doing quite a bit of. This time the pursuit, though, from the backside. Linebacker met him right after the hole, short gain of 2.
Big defensive stop, you have to think, here needed for the Ponies. They have not shown a whole lot offensively. Going down 2 touchdowns to a stout defense like Polo would be tough.
Yeah, they've got 2 plays here they need to stop.
Mumford, and they're not going to get it done this time. Lush is there, and others. Maybe Shanks, can't see the number for sure, but it's going to be a first down nonetheless.
It's going to be a different running back. At number 14 running the ball. The reason I know that's the shoe colors. Mumford has the multicolored shoes on.
It was Jordan Reed on the carry. A gain of 12.
Come on, boys, you got this. Let's go.
First down and 10.
Come on, back right here.
25-yard line
Turnover.
for the Marcos as they are flirting with entering the red zone again. Stevenson under center. Pitch this time to Mumford in the backfield. Dial is there, and no gain on the play. Mumford was able to fight as well. He's going to get a yard, I guess. But they get him in the backfield, and they just keep moving the ball forward. You give him 2 or 1.
He grabbed him and spun him forward, though. He had the jersey. He was able to get just past the line of scrimmage, and the cleanup kind of knocked him forward to give him that 1-yard gain.
A long 1, second down and 9. They got second and 8 on the scoreboard. Handoff again, and a sidestep, and close to another first down.
I think it's going to be a first down Polo there.
The 24-yard line, down inside the 20, about the 14, so a 10-yard gain. First and 10 in the red zone now are the Marcos. Mumford again on the carry.
But a gain of 5 on that one. Big holes that he has to run right up.
Number 55, Lance Davis with the tackle.
Just the fact that he has only been hit in the hole a couple times, they are opening some big holes up for him.
Yeah, he's getting through that first level pretty easy, and it's on the backside where he's trying to make cuts either back against the grain or outside. And that one there, they did a good job to containing him once he got through the initial hole.
Second down and 5. Right about the 10-yard line. And Reed's going to get hit, bounces off, and then gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's third down and 5. at the 10.
Yeah, he turned about a 4-yard loss into a no loss. As you said, he took a nice hit in the backfield, knocked him backwards, but this will bring up a big 3rd and 5 here for the Ponies.
I really think it might have been his own player that hit him. One of his linemen got pushed right back into him, didn't they?
Yeah.
If you're a lineman and you can get that kind of push, that's when you need the linebackers back there to fill in, right?
Yep, and sometimes it's just hard because Reed's not that big of a back, and they might not have known where he was.
Mumford again in a deep set position. Pack now is the fullback. They're going to roll right, wide open in the back of the end zone, but it goes short.
Oh, poor tackling.
And it's going to be Damon Rao. Damon Rao gets the 10-yard touchdown completion with 7:37 to go in quarter number 2.
Did you see who got that one?
Number 3.
Isn't that the normal quarterback?
No, number 2 is the quarterback.
Okay. I thought
Keep him out of there. Let's go. Watch the ball.
Three is the quarterback for the Ponies, yeah.
I was looking at the wrong one. I'm not used to having 2 teams I don't know either one of them.
Mumford keeps it on the toss.
I believe
trying
he's
to get
in
forward,
there.
and he finally, second, third, or fourth effort gets him in. And it's 16-0. Polo with 7:37 to go in the first half. They scored at the 8:15 mark, if my memory serves me correctly. And now they scored the 7:37 mark at quarter number 2.
Yep.
And they lead 16-0 over the Ponies. Ponies fell behind early last week. See if they can right the ship here and get something going. As we'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching the Road to Monmouth and the Illinois Farm Bureau State Championship game on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
And welcome back. Here is this the Marcos getting ready to kick off for a second time. Stevenson set to kick off. He did a squib kick last time. He's going to do it again. Another hop into the deep back, and it's going to be recovered again on the far side. This time I think it might be George Bailey coming up with it. It is Bailey with the recovery. So it will be, again, 1st and 10 for the Ponies at their own 43-yard line. It's like deja vu all over again.
Yeah, and you're going to see that squib kick. Even back when week 1 we played polo, there were no deep kicks. That's something I've seen on their film. They just like to do that squib kick and let the ball bounce where it may, and maybe get a chance to get one and prevent a return.
Single setback, fake the lush, hand. Oh, nice spin by Bailey. He might go. He's at the 40. Oh, he's going to be tracked down from behind by Stevenson, but it is a big first down as a player down behind the play. He does get up. Bailey is going to go for 37 yards. 37 yards for Bailey. And a first down. 1st and 10 at the 20. From the 43 on their side of the field, 1st and 10. But what about Stevenson's effort, Jeff, to track him down from behind?
Yeah, that's good pursuit, not giving up on the play and being able to get him down there and preventing a touchdown.
Great spin move to get that going, though. Now it's going to be Lush, and Lush gets a block from Bailey. Makes one man miss, but the trailing
Stevenson once again.
Linebacker number 25 there as well. That's Quentin Hart. Trailing from the opposite side. He was on the short side of the field, trailed Lush all the way. And when Bailey won, that left side corner came up, Jeff, and held him up.
Yep.
Hart came and closed from behind.
Stevenson forced him back inside, and then the backside pursuit able to get there to shut it down.
Hand off to Bailey. That was nearly a fumble.
Yeah, they're going to lose. They're going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. They're going to lose the 2 yards they had on that one.
3rd down, and they're going to lose more than that if
yeah,
the
they
down
are.
markers, right? Third down and it's just a loss of 2.
Yeah, the yard marker's not.
Third down and 2, or 10, excuse me, after a loss of 2. 6:15 remaining in the quarter. Van Hooser drops back, looks for Lush, well overthrown, incomplete. 4th and 10. Van Hooser dropped back, really his first throw, I do believe, wasn't it, Jeff?
Second
throw. Oh, the one in the flat out here.
He's 0 for 2.
Yep. That one, the first one was a good toss, just a little bit outside of the receiver. This one here was well overthrown, not catchable by anybody for that matter. So it's going to bring up 4th down, and they just keep moving it. Look how much farther back that ball is now. They lost a yard on the incomplete pass. Van Hooser looks at Bailey, drops back. Now he's got Lush down the far side, and that's an interception, that should have been dropped.
Yeah, now he's going to have it 1st and 10 at the half-yard line.
Mumford gets the interception, I do believe, but that's one you don't want. They're going to have it 1st and 10 deep inside the 5 at about the 2-yard line. That's a hard thing to do, though. You might remember when the Patriots had Henderson, their running back, last week, running down. He actually looked over to coach, do I slide or do I score?
And they told him to score.
Yeah, but that's one of those things that's just football smarts, right? Drop the ball.
And that was one of those things there on that play you're talking about. They said there was 15 seconds difference. If it was 15 seconds later, down it because they can't stop the clock. But, yeah, like you're saying, that one there, knock the ball out of bounds. You get the ball back at the original, or at least it's 4th. No, it was 4th down.
At the
you
21.
Get it back. Yep.
Instead of the
It could have been
2.
the 23, depending on where they spotted it.
Right, yeah, exactly. Deep in their own territory, and then Polo is going to draw off the Ponies for a 5-yard penalty.
We'll see. We'll make sure that there wasn't a.
There's some conversation.
That's why I was wondering.
False start.
Seldom move the ball back 4 inches.
Yeah, right.
Now, this is as a defense, you need to tell them, watch the ball.
It's going to be they were actually at the 2-ish yard line, I think.
Man, it looks like, and I know my eyesight isn't that good anymore, but that ball looks like the nose is almost on the goal line.
Maybe the one at the half-yard line now, I guess you're probably right. 5:54 to go. Handoff right up the middle.
Wow.
Stevenson just lowered his shoulder and said, I don't want my feet in the end zone anymore. He goes for a gain of
about 6.
Actually 6.5. But yeah, it's 2nd down and 4. 5:30 to go here in the
I've learned that even though
half.
I traded headsets between coaching to this, even in coaching, I'm telling coach to down and distance, so that way he knows an idea of the play set he wants to go with.
2nd down and long 4. Handoff left side. Not a lot going this time, but the pile just keeps moving forward.
He sneaks out the other end. Gain of 5 on that.
Mumford again. He got more than that. He's well out past the
That is
15.
Mumford again.
He goes for a gain of 8. He's out past almost to the – I guess it is only at the 15, but he was only at the 7, so that's a gain of 8. It is a gain of 8. 1st and 10 from the 15. .445 to go. They're taking tons of time here, and somewhat understandably, because if you end up not getting the 1st down at some point when you're this deep, you don't want to give them. Here's Mumford again. Tracked down from behind, but he's going to get another nice gain.
There's
and
a late
flag
flag
coming in late.
It could be a face mask, I do believe, on the Ponies.
It is inadvertent, but it'll be after the play.
So gain of 7 on the run.
Yep. And a penalty by first down. Or
That
first
puts-
down by penalty.
That puts Mumford over 100 yards here in the first half. That puts him at 102 on 22 carries.
And that's with the 29-yard loss.
That's with the 29-yard loss.
A little shorter gain this time, maybe 2 or 3 yards. Gain of 3. Is that what you're going with? Second down and 7.
You can't rely on the scoreboard for where the ball is.
No. No. He's right on the 30. Second down and 7.
Come on, wake up, let's go.
There's a big play for the Ponies. Carter Elder, a big stop. No gain.
No gain. I believe Reed was the ball carrier again on that one.
I do
He
believe so.
might have gained the length of the ball. That's about it.
Third down and 7. They did move it forward a little bit.
That's what I mean, like the ball length from the line to the forward, but
Yeah, you're right. They did a little bit. But this is where I was talking about. You're at third and long here. You're letting some time run out. They get to midfield. Jeff, as a coach, you probably start looking to push the issue a little more.
I mean, at this point, with the way you're moving the ball, I think that's why they're doing it. But, yeah, you're right.
Mumford around the right side this time. Breaks another tackle, and he's going to have a first down. From the 31 out to about the 38, and I think that's enough for a first down.
It is. Gain at 8 on the run.
Another first down. Clock will start when the down marker's set. The ball is placed. 2:44, and now you're probably, let's see if we can speed things up a little bit.
Nope.
No, they are not. Ponies get the ball first in the second half, so this is a big stop.
I think this has taken much time off the clock, go down there and score with no time left, and let them go in a 3-score down.
Stevenson right up the middle after a hard, long count.
He's going to have a gain at 8.
Yeah, 7, it looks like.
Oh, they moved him back. I was going by where he fell when the ball was, but yep.
Gain of 7. Second down and 3, 1:51 remaining.
They actually waited till the back judge was on the countdown and had gone 3 or 4 counts in before he snapped the ball on that one. Now I think you might find a little more hurry up to it.
1:35 remaining, couple timeouts. Mumford got some running room, stiff arm, and he might go. Cuts back, what a move. But he's going to go from the
27 yards.
45 to the
26 yards.
26 or 27, you're right. It's going to be a 1st and 10 either way.
Let's go, Ponies, you got this. Come on, let's go. Big stop.
And what about that sidestep move there on the sideline to get another 10 yards?
And I almost feel if he just would have not tried to cut back on that last one, if he could have got some speed momentum going down the sideline, he might have been able to take that. But he tried that cutback, and he was able to get caught from behind.
Wideouts to the far side. Haven't said that much now. Here's a pitch out to Mumford. Big play in the backfield. That is Ian Dial. Going to drop Mumford for a big loss of about 3. It's second down and 13. 48 seconds left. Timeout on the field. Charge to the Marcos. They'll have 1 timeout remaining with 48 seconds left. And, you know, you see that what you might think is a passing formation, and suddenly they're just pitching it and trying to use them as blockers.
Yep. Just get the ball out there on the edge. Use your speed runner.
So we're here with 48 seconds to go. It's semifinal football, and Marcos leads 16-0. And the Polo squad trying to put another touchdown on the board here. And this would be a huge one, Jeff, because as I mentioned, the Ponies do get the ball first in the second half. So if they can keep them out of the end zone here, it's got to be a little bit of an ego boost at the very least.
That's what I said. It's better 2 down than being 3 scores down.
And they're going to pass this time over into the flat wide. Oh, my goodness. What a hit.
Hello, Mumford.
Mumford gets leveled by George Bailey. It is a completed pass. It goes for a gain of 10. And the clock is going to run, and they're going to hustle up for one more play. It's 3rd down and 2. 2 wide outs to the near side now. Mumford again in the backfield, spiking it for 4th down. So it's going to bring up 4th down and 2 with 17 seconds left.
Fun fact, Dwayne, that should have been intentional grounding. He took a step back before he threw the ball down, and by rules,
by definition,
that is intentional grounding. He has to spike that ball with both feet planted. Of course, they're not going to call that, and that's one that's going to be rarely called. But that was one of the things that during the rules and stuff at the beginning of the season, it was, hey, make sure that if you're doing this, this is how you do it.
We want to tell you this is really only 4th down.
There's going to be a timeout
charged to. I'm sorry, Fairfield fans, I couldn't resist. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Like everybody in the football world.
Anybody in the yeah, exactly. I was going to say that. Anyone that follows football knows exactly.
I was getting texts from my grandmother about it right after it happened. She was thinking I was doing the game for some reason.
So just in case we got some people from our own area watching the games, Brown County 37-13 win over Carrollton, punching their ticket to the semifinals. Lena Winslow 42-20 over Anawan Wethersfield. Calhoun over Casey's Weatherfield, and for some of the northern fans, of course, Dwight and Stockton coming up here in about an hour.
Stockton played for the volleyball state championship today as well. Some of our NUIC fans up north may have been paying attention to that. Let's try to keep the chat friendly here, folks. 2 wides near side, 1 far. Stevenson trying to draw people off. He's going to take the snap, rolls left, now comes right, lofts it down the middle of the field. And it's caught for a touchdown. Is that Mumford?
No, wrong shoes.
32 on the reception. That is Eli Perez. That was a crossing pattern where both people went, and it was Perez came up with it, and it's a touchdown for the Marcos.
Trying to see where the ball was on the. Do you remember where the ball was on the field, Dwayne? I'll see if I can get it here on the replay.
Okay. I want to say the 27, but I'm not sure. And the flag goes down, calling a false start, I do believe. You might have heard it from the fans over here to our right. They call a procedure offsides.
Ball's actually on the 21-yard line.
I was 5 or 6 yards off. I apologize. I knew it was one of those lines. I couldn't remember which one. 10 seconds remaining. That's where we'll get the kickoff. It's going for 2 here, and a very short one now as it's 1.5 yards. This is the second time we've seen that. One time was a 8-yard one. Hand off to Mumford.
No good on the extra point.
So the Ponies prevent the 2-point conversion, but they trail 22-0 with 10 seconds left in the first half. We'll take a break. You're watching the I8FA on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Tim Gould Farms in Henry County. He trusts Illinois Farm Bureau to have his back, and so can you.
Farm Bureau has a very large impact on local communities and on the state level. There's different avenues of communications, such as Farm Week, Ag Safety, Ag in the Classroom, scholarship programs. Between off the farm job, the farm, and family, my life without Farm Bureau would feel as though I'm on my own.
The Illinois Farm Bureau Advantage. Impactful advocacy, trusted information, and meaningful development.
And welcome back as we get ready to go with the kickoff here. Tucker Mumford says that Mercer never ran like that on him in the backyard in the comments section. Let's try to keep the comments friendly if we can. But it is fun. There's another squib kick, and coming up to get it was the Ponies. Lush came up to get it.
Lush, I think, maybe had ideas of fielding that and running through the gaps, but got hit right as he grabbed it.
It has been all Polo.
You gonna air it out here with 9 seconds?
You know, here's the thing. That sounds like the thing you need to do when you're down by 22, but you do get the ball first, and an interception return for a touchdown would be an absolute killer.
Well, we got 4 wideouts, Dwayne, so.
Doesn't mean they're going to throw it, though. Van Hooser could run it. Just like
quarterback
that.
draw.
And he's got some running room. And he just lowers his shoulder. Timeout. Van Hooser goes from the 45 to the 32. That is a 23-yard run and a first down. Big play there. If nothing else, for a little momentum going into halftime.
Now I think you do take a shot at the end zone.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. With 1 second left, you give it that one shot. And I'll tell you what, if somehow, some way, you could get a touchdown here to end the half, that would possibly make the second half an entirely different football game, couldn't it?
And, I mean, we just saw a ball thrown up for grabs in the end zone on one end and 2 wide receivers in the vicinity, and both of them looked at the wrong wide receiver, and Perez comes down with it for the touchdown. So, you know, anything can happen when you throw that ball up for grabs. So usually it's not good.
Yes,
but
right.
Anything can happen.
We'll see what happens here as the Ponies going to go back to the 4 wide sets. Lush near side, Bailey far side. Van Hooser in the shotgun formation. Going to be a reverse and a halfback pass. Bailey, he's got time, he's got room. Downfield, it's tipped around and
there's laundry on the field. Laundry on the field.
They might call pass interference.
They are going to call pass interference.
And if it's on the defense, find the white hat. And it'll be a 15-yard penalty. It's only 15 yards. It's not spot of the foul in high school, folks. So breathe a little bit there. But it will be 1st and 10 with a
31-yard line.
It's actually going to be well inside of that. It's going to be down to about the 16-yard line.
Wow.
1st and 10 at the 16.
Well, I made the mistake of looking at the scoreboard for where the actual ball was. That was my fault. I think he's right out of every 1-4 placements.
So, they actually got it at about the 17 or 18. So they're going to go 4 wides again. Actually 3 to the far side this time. That was a nice pass by Bailey. Held up a little while, but Van Hooser rolls right, throws right, into the end zone. It's intercepted. And that'll end the half as the pass intended for Lush came up short. Can't see who came up with the interception on the far side of it.
Either.
It was Mumford. Mercer Mumford comes up with the interception, and that's how the half will end. 22-0. 22-0 to end the half. We'll take a couple breaks. We'll be back with some stats and some talk about what might happen or needs to happen in the second half. You're watching The Road to Monmouth on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and, not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
And welcome back here. It's halftime, and with Phyllis, I about said McLouth.
It is.
It is McLouth. It still is McLouth,
yes.
Isn't it? So I've known you for a long time.
A long time.
And we were just discussing before we came on air that it's been a year or two since you came to MDH. You've been here a while. What's your job title here at MDH?
I'm Director of Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation.
And that entails a lot, especially considering we're here talking about sports. So that's a big part of what you do. What does that entail here at MDH?
The department as a whole, we start off with the sports. We have athletic training services. We go to many of the area schools. But also we have physical therapy for those that are maybe have had surgery or some more serious injuries, and we're going to try to get people back on the court or the field.
Yeah, court, field, or just work, right? I mean,
that's right.
It's sports medicine and rehabilitation. The rehabilitation goes a lot farther than the sports stuff, doesn't it?
Right. Yeah. Beyond that, I mean, every person needs to return to something, as you're kind of referring to. And so we see people of all ages. We see newborns. We see people up to, we've seen, I think, 105 years old. So everybody has something that's very important to them that they want to return to, and we respect that. We complete evaluations in whatever realm it may be in the different therapies, and try to address their deficits and get them back into action, whatever that may be.
Yeah. Sometimes action's on the court, and sometimes action is working at the factory or working for yourself, right?
Right.
Or just getting up out of a chair.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of everything. What drew you, because we talked about you've been here at MDH for a long time. So what drew you to MDH? Obviously, you're a Bushnell girl.
Correct.
So you're from the area. What drew you to MDH?
I wanted to serve the community. I think it's important that the smaller rural areas get good care too. And I'm just kind of attached to the area.
So, as successful as you've been, you've moved up the food chain, so to speak, at MDH. Some people would look at it as, well, I've done what I can do here. I could go somewhere else and help. Why stay here? I know you wanted to give it back to the rural area, but what is it about this particular area that made you want to stay?
I think there's always more that can be done, and I think it's important to kind of utilize what our resources are and try to make the most of them. Just again, in our area, we have a lot to offer here at the hospital, and there are people that are wanting to make the best of themselves here, and I think we have a role in that.
Now, you've been doing this for a number of years. I think you said 35 at MDH.
Mm-hmm.
Sports medicine and rehabilitation has changed, I would suspect, substantially in those 35 years. You have locations in Macomb, Bushnell, even in Monmouth now.
Right.
That's not something that was there back when you started.
No.
What is it about sports medicine and rehabilitation that's changed so much and become so important now?
It is kind of odd. We were very small to begin with. We started just in the basement of the hospital. It included cardiac rehab, PT, a little bit of pediatrics, and we all tried to do it in one small gym. And since that time, we've gone to our whole third floor addition. I think it was in '98. We have the Lafayette location. Bushnell was in 14. We also have a location in Grand Prairie. And then Monmouth we did 2 years ago, And I think therapy in general gets people back into action again. And I just think it's something that we have a chance to be a part of and help people, do better in whatever they may do.
What do you see as the director? What do you see as the ultimate goal for sports medicine and rehabilitation? I mean, obviously you guys keep growing, so you aren't there yet. But as a person who's just obviously loved sports medicine and rehabilitation since the time you started, where do you see it going, or what will it continue to grow? Do you continue to add new things?
We are always looking to see what's out there, just with advancements in research and trying to see what means of treatment may help others. We try to stay on top of that and try to then offer it to the community. And again, just because we're rural doesn't mean we can't stay on top of that and offer the best we can.
So you think you could be here another 35 years?
That might be pushing it. But also, what makes us strong is our team. And we have lots of very talented therapists on our team. So that really is the key to what we do.
Now, before we get out of here, I think that one of the coolest things about what you guys do is, and you mentioned it earlier, is you have trainers that go to the schools.
Right.
And I know Bushnell's part of that, West Prairie's part of that, Macomb's obviously part of that, and I'm sure there's other schools too, but the trainers that come to West Prairie and Bushnell especially and Macomb become almost part of the family.
True.
With the students and the athletes. How exciting is that for you as the director to be able to say that I've been able to help bring people in and they become parts of the families at these different schools around the area?
I just really appreciate it, because a lot of times, the coaches don't need to worry about as much about what's happening to their players. They know that they can pay attention to the game, but also know that they've got someone to take care of their players and offer them the best evaluation so they can maybe get back on the field, or, let's not do that and then make a better decision. Because many times there can be like a life-altering injury that may occur, and if it's not addressed appropriately, it doesn't turn out so well.
Well, Phyllis, I appreciate you stopping in and talking to us, and you can stop by anytime you want to at a halftime, and we'll just throw you on.
Okay, all right.
Okay, sounds good. We'll be back with the second half right after this. And welcome back to halftime. We're with Joanna Edson. Joanna, you've been at MDH since 2010. Is that what you said to me earlier?
Correct.
So what do you do here at MDH?
I'm Director of Behavioral Health and Psychiatry.
Okay, Director of Behavioral Health and Psychiatry. You're relatively new to the director role.
Correct.
But you've been here for several years. What have you done to get to this point?
I started out as a after-hours crisis worker, and then was hired full-time 2 years later, so 2012, and then I was a therapist until I took the director position.
So what is it that's kept you at MDH? Obviously, if you've stayed as long as you have, there's something about MDH that keeps you here and makes you feel like you're doing something special. What is that?
I always wanted to work at MDH. I started, I actually have 2 masters. After my first master's, I got in community health education. I wanted to come work here as a health educator, but nurses were getting hired for those positions. And so I had to take a different route. So then I worked for Teen Parent Services, and I started a homeless shelter and ran that for 11 years. Went back to school and got my master's of social work, and then I ended up here.
So you've taken a roundabout road to get to MDH. So if you've always wanted to work at MDH, what was it about MDH that made you want to come here?
I don't know. I just like the hospital vibe.
As the director now, you've been here, you've worked outside the hospital before you came to the hospital. You've worked in the hospital. Do you think that well-rounded, I should say, experience will allow you to do your job as a director a little bit better?
I believe all things happen for a reason. So there was a reason I wasn't hired all those years ago. It gave me opportunities to do things that I always wanted to also do, which was open a homeless shelter. There was a time when I was working for Teen Parent Services where I was running into a lot of homeless teens who also were either pregnant or had babies, and some of them were living with me. So we moved towards opening a shelter so they would have housing. And I was there for 11 years, which gave me a lot of insight into people and services in the community and how to help people. My desire to go back to school for my master's of social worker was to kind of help people at a deeper level, a more permanent level, help them figure out what keeps them getting into situations that are not good for them.
All right. Behavioral health. You see people at their worst times a lot of times. I mean, the hospital is a physical problem issue, but also behavioral health. You see them at their worst times on the mental side of things too. How do you deal with that kind of stuff on a regular basis, and how does MDH help the people that you guys have to deal with on that level?
I think that all of the other jobs helped me develop really good boundaries. I think we have to do what we can, which is not fix everything. And in this situation, a lot of times you're getting them to the next step. So if there's an emergency, you're getting them through that emergency and then going to find a different place or what's the next step that's going to work best for them. Same with mental health. If they come in crisis, we're going to help them get to work through whatever is emergent and then figure out, do they need counseling, hospitalization? Where do we need to have them go next?
Okay, Joanna, we talked about you have you've been a part of the community for a long time, and one of the new things at MDH is the Children's Play Therapy Room. Can you touch on that a little bit before we head back to the second half?
Sure. The play therapy room is something that I've wanted to do for a while. I've been doing sand tray therapy with kids, which is a way for them to work through their trauma or problems in a way that they don't have to use words. And I always, to do it well, you have to have a special room and it has to be set up a certain way. And I had planned to do it a few years ago, and then COVID hit, and then we had, so it just got delayed. When I took over as director, there was a room available, and the former director said, "Why don't you do your play therapy room that you've been wanting to do for a while?" And it started from there, and the foundation office helped us put supplies in there, and we also had a lot of toys and things that we already used in other offices. So it's a beautiful room. Kids are loving it. And it's making a huge difference.
And one of the cool things, there's no electronics in there, right?
Correct.
And there's a reason for that, I'm sure.
It's set up and designed just to be very peaceful and calming and quiet.
All right, we'll be back with the second half right after this. And welcome back here to Kincaid, Illinois, South Forks football field. And I'll tell you what, Hanlon Stadium is rocking, but it's Polo doing most of the moving here as they are leading 22-0 at the half. I'm Dwayne Hulett, Jeff Borders, and Kenny Suter alongside. And Jeff, you kept some stats, and sometimes it seemed like they were moving so fast we couldn't keep up.
Yeah, a lot of times I've had the good thing that we have technology, and I can go back and we'll look at the live stream that's a few seconds behind to get some yardage that I kind of missed. But we'll start with the host Ponies stats, and there's not a lot to go with. Bailey, 3 rushes for 34 yards. He only has 1 carry of plus yardage, and that was a 36-yard gain that he had there in the second quarter. Van Hooser, 3 carries for 22 yards. Walker, 1 carry for 1 yard, and Lush, 2 carries for 1 yard. Van Hooser 0 for 4 on the night passing with 2 INTs.
Yeah, one of those is really, both of those were just, one was a punt, essentially. It was a 4th down play, and he threw to the end zone and got intercepted. The other one was the last play of the half, right? So, I mean, they're interceptions. They show up as interceptions, but
I know Peyton Manning wants to do away with those stats, but they're still stats.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're still interceptions, right? But they aren't the like momentum changing interceptions that we see a lot.
Right. We'll go to the Polo offensive stats. We'll start with the fullback Plancho, 1 carry for 3 yards. Quarterback Stevenson, 3 carries for 17 yards. Reed, 3 carries for 12 yards. And then the workhorse for the first half, Mumford, who has 26 carries for 136 yards.
Who Tucker says couldn't run on him in the backyard.
Well, that's after he called him overrated, though.
That's right. That's true.
So,
yeah, called him overrated, said he couldn't run on him in the backyard. And then Tucker was corrected that I think maybe the older brother was able to run on him in the backyard. It's been quite the entertaining little Mumford exchanges in the chat session here tonight.
Finishing up with the Polo stats, Stevenson is 3 for 3 on the night for 38 yards. He has a completion to Rowe for 10 yards, a completion to Perez for 21 and a touchdown. The completion to Rowe was also a 10-yard touchdown. And then 1 completion to Mumford for 7 yards. That play that we saw that led to the huge hit in the first half.
Dropping the hammer. You're talking about dropping the hammer, and that was dropping the hammer right there as we're getting ready to go. I didn't notice them putting the 3 minutes on for warm-up time, did you?
I didn't.
Saw both teams out warming up, but I did not see them have the 3-minute warm-up time. But we're ready to go nonetheless.
I'll get these in real quick. Scoring drives of a 3-yard run by Mumford at 8:15 in the first quarter, 10-yard pass to Rowe at 7:36 in the second quarter, and then a 21-yard pass to Perez with 10 seconds remaining in the first half. 2 two-point conversions were good, 1 was not, and that's where we stand at 22-0 here to begin the second half.
And I'll move it to the third quarter, and we'll be ready to go.
Expect a squib kick here, Dwayne?
We've seen it every time. Wouldn't expect anything different. And we are off. A squib up the middle, bounces around, and it's going to be recovered by number 40, Carter Full.
I think he fielded that right before that big hop that ball is going to take. You usually get those 2 big bounces like that one had, and that third one goes about 6 foot up in the air, and I think he got on that right before that ball took the big hit.
1st and 10, first drive of the second half for the Ponies. At their own 46-yard line is where they'll start. Just underway, third quarter.
Spread the field.
They did have some success running with Van Hooser. And now Lush goes back into the backfield. He's going to fake the handoff. Rolls right to Van Hooser. He's got the edge. He's got a first down and more. Runs out of bounds inside the 40.
Gain of at least
14.
Now they moved him back farther than I thought, Dwayne.
Oh, they did.
I thought he had a gain of at least 15, but they marked him back after a gain of about 14.
Yep, you're right. And he must have stepped on the sideline before he stepped out of bounds. You know, the thing is those yard markers are 5 yards off the field, right?
Yes.
So that I can see why that looked like it from here now that you mentioned that. It is a first down, though, and that's what needs to happen here for the Ponies, right, Jeff? They need to get a little momentum, get some things working here in this first drive.
I don't want to say this is a must-score drive, but it's as close to a must-score drive as you can have.
Lush in motion. Van Hooser again around the right side. He's going to be tracked down and pushed out of bounds. He might get a yard or 2. 1 yard on the play, and it's second down and 9.
Tried to use Bailey as a decoy, bringing him across to try to get the defense going with him, but very good defensive staying home there and only allowing 1 yard on that run.
So trying to spread things out, which has been more effective. You have to admit that. Spreading the defense out has given them a few more running lanes. But everything has been outside. They have not been able – you talked about on the way down here controlling the line of scrimmage, Jeff, and it has been all Polo.
Yeah, they're just such big kids and aggressive kids on the front that I didn't expect anything less than this.
Lush in motion. Going to be a screen out to Lush. He stiff arm. He'll have a first down. He runs out of bounds.
About the 30.
Oh, man, they're going to mark it out to the 31.
Yeah.
But he is going to get – he goes from the 41 down to the 31, a 10-yard pass completion. Giving that a pass?
Oh, yeah, it was a forward.
Okay.
Little swing pass there to to the flat. Flat-ish.
Hout and Bailey right side. Lush to the near side. Lush is going to get the handoff this time.
That's another pass.
Was it a forward? It was a
forward
toss. Okay, so it's going to be a short gain on the play, a 2-yard gain. Second down and a long 8.
Yeah, he tossed that ball forward up in the air for him. That's a
pass.
That is a pass.
Might have saw Keenan Allen get the Chargers record for receptions for the team on that exact same kind of play the other night. This time Bailey. Now it's going to be Van Hooser keeping it. And there still is not much. Van Hooser keeps his feet. What a run. And he's going to get a first down.
Gain of about, what, 17, Dwayne?
From the 30. Got a player down behind the play. See where they mark it. Well, he's way down there. 17 or 18, Jeff. You're right.
I thought the ball was about the 31-yard line.
Well, no, it's outside the 15, actually.
10, 15. I'm still going to say 17 on that carry.
Well, from the 31. From the 31 to the 16 or 17 is only 14 yards, 15 yards.
I thought we were back here.
No, we're at the 31.
14. You're talking about the yard markers. I'm looking across and not bringing a straight line back.
Yeah, I did that at first, too. I thought he was down to the 10, but he's actually down to the 15. And they're going to come out as Pack now got up and walked off. Hopefully he'll be okay. 10:54 to go in the third quarter. Ponies getting their first drive going. I say first drive because they've had a few times they've gotten the ball into Polo territory, but it was one play. They've strung a few plays together here, Jeff.
Yeah, they're getting something working here. They saw something maybe at halftime and trying to take advantage of it here.
Widening out again, keeping the defense wide. Van Hooser. Lush goes to the deep setback position. Fakes the handoff. Van Hooser keeps. He's got running room around the left side. He might go. He's inside the 10, down inside the 5. Another first down, I do believe. We'll see where they mark it. First and goal for the. He's from the 16 down to inside the 10.
Looks like he's
right at the 5.
I'm going to give him a gain of 11.
First and goal at the 5 for the Ponies, and you can tell the crowd getting amped up here. Good Vibe says it's a must score, and he's probably right.
Sitting right here next to the coaches' wives section.
Yep. Coaches' families are all right here beside us, and a bunch of fans right in front of us. We are wrapped up amongst the Ponies fans. Van Hooser, it's on the ground, and he's going to fall on it. And, you know, that was going to be a pass. If he could have just hit that forward, they might have called it a pass, but it's going to be a loss of about 4, and it's going to bring up second and goal at the 9.
I don't think he ever had control of it.
I would agree, but 9:30 to go in the third quarter.
The unfortunate thing is that sometimes just a small play like that kills your momentum. We got to see if they can get something back here on this next play.
Still spreading out the defense. Van Hooser looks to be, they're talking, Polo talking a bunch. And the Ponies are going to take a timeout. I think, Jeff, that shows just how important this, as the halftime timeouts did not reset, so I apologize. We'll give them back to him. That shows how important this drive is to Coach Hanlon and the Ponies.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you really haven't had an answer for the running game for the Marcos tonight. You know, and you're down 22-0. Polo can come out and can easily just use up a whole lot of clock with the way they've been able to get the run game going. You need to cut into that lead right now.
So they're back out. 4 wides, too far, too near. Van Hooser, Bailey in motion, and false start.
Right guard
on the Ponies. Should be second and goal from the 14 now. And, man,
actually, it was the center raised up. I said that just that little handoff could lead to some bad juju, and I think right after that, now we've got a 5-yard penalty on top of it.
Spoke it into existence. Van Hooser, shotgun formation again. Bailey in motion. Comes all the way to the near side. Van Hooser rolls right, trying to find the empty hole. He's going to cut it upfield, and not a whole lot there. Gained a couple, maybe.
Maybe 3.
I don't think he even got 3. I'd give him 2. He's at the 12. It's third and goal at the 12. All of their success, for the most part, has been outside the numbers. And the numbers are on the normal hash mark distance, really, it seems like. So there's not much room outside the numbers, but that's where they've gotten all their running room on this 8-man narrower field. 8:25 to go in the third quarter. Van Hooser again. It's third and goal. Lush, and I'm not real sure what was going on right there. And it was some sort of an inside handoff, wraparound, halfback throw maybe coming, but they're going to lose a bunch. They're going to mark it at the 20. You're right. It is a loss of 8, but it's fourth and goal at the 20 now. And now.
Injured player.
Is that Mumford?
That is Mumford, limping off the back of the field. That could be a big loss here in the second half, but if the game continues on the trend that it's in, that could be a big loss for next week.
Yes. I mean, it could be a big loss for a number of things. It's a big loss for this game, but I still feel like at this point, Ponies need to score some points here.
Yeah, fourth and goal from the 20, though, it's going to.
They've taken 4 minutes off the clock. Clock is running, and you needed points on this drive, especially after taking 4+ minutes off the clock. And now Mumford's out of the game. And like you said, that one kind of setback has set them back on almost every play since then. 1 2-yard gain since that play. Here's Van Hooser. Throwing across the middle.
He caught
it's caught, but he's short. Turnover on downs.
It's going to be a turnover on downs, though.
Turnover on downs.
I know the fans are cheering for the complete pass, but I think they forget that it was
17-yard gain. And he's tackled at about the 3, so we'll call it 17-yard completion to Lush, I believe, was the receiver.
That's what I thought.
And it's going to be a turnover on downs, though. So Mumford not in, I don't believe.
I think you're going to see a quarterback dive here, Dwayne.
We saw that before. There it is. And they break it. Oh my goodness. Stevenson down the far sideline. He's at the 50. Cuts it back. Lush breaks his momentum. But he's going to go from the 3
to the 40.
To the 40. That's a 57-yard run on a quarterback sneak by Stevenson. And now we got a player down again for, this time it's Stevenson, I believe, down on the far sideline.
He took a big shot from behind.
Let's hear it for that defense, folks.
Maybe, hopefully for his sake, just getting the wind knocked out of him. But, man, everything seems to be going the Ponies' way. And here you see over there on the side, taking some snaps there at the 50-yard line. Number 14 is Jordan Reed. He's been running the ball a couple times, but he's taken a few practice snaps. As Stevenson gets up, and distinct possibility on a hit like that, Jeff, that may just have been the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, he took a good shot there too. The rib back area from behind, and
Come on, ponies, let's go.
it was a pretty good hit that he took.
It is Reed coming in at quarterback. Pack now is back in after he was hurt on the last possession.
So who's that leave at the running back position with your quarterback and your running
Looks
back
like
out?
Number 3, Damon Rao. That's going to be Reed keeping it, spinning around.
Gain of 5.
Yep, they're going to get him to the 35. It is a gain of 5. It'll bring up second down and 5.
That's his 4th carry for 17 yards. His initial carry of 12, and then he had 2 carries for no yardage.
Come on, boys, shut it down. Let's go.
Kenny's pointing something out, but I can't tell who that is down there on the sideline. 14, Dial, injured on the sideline. There's a quarterback keeper again.
Gain of about 2 maybe on that one. Going to bring up a 3rd and maybe 3, Dwayne. A long 3 at that.
Yeah, it is a long 3, but I think you're right. Got to give him 2 on that. But I'll tell you what, this is getting more and more interesting, Jeff, as we move through. And both these teams felt like they come in pretty healthy, but get some banged up action going on here from these 2 squads as we roll through this second half. Didn't see much of that in the first half, but coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, and I think you're seeing a lot more aggression here the second half also.
And there's another big run. And there's a cramp, I do believe.
Either a cramp or a pulled hamstring.
That is Mumford, who's back in the game, and he ran it in from 23 yards out. And no, they're going to – it's a sideline warning on the Polo Marcos. But I think it's a warning, not a penalty. They should pick the flag up, I do believe.
I've thought that too, and I'm going to be honest with you. It depends on what crew it is. I've seen it be a warning, and I've seen it be a penalty on the first time.
Well, they're picking the flag up and walking down, so I'm guessing it is a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a cramp with the way he came off. I mean, I guess it could be, but
what a run.
You would hope it would be. That is a 33-yard run. That puts him at 169 and 2 touchdowns.
Go, defense.
Reed's going to roll left, throws left. Eli Perez, another catch. The 2-point conversion is good. And it is all Marcos here with 5:17 to go. It's 30-0. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Road to Monmouth on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Tim Gould Farms in Henry County. He trusts Illinois Farm Bureau to have his back, and so can you.
Farm Bureau has a very large impact on local communities and on the state level. There's different avenues of communications, such as Farm Week, Ag Safety, Ag in the Classroom, scholarship programs. Between off the farm job, the farm, and family, my life without Farm Bureau would feel as though I'm on my own.
The Illinois Farm Bureau Advantage. Impactful advocacy, trusted information, and meaningful development.
And welcome back as we get ready to go with the kickoff here. Stevenson is on the kick. Maybe an offsides penalty there.
Yeah.
Get a little head start.
Yeah, I think maybe with him being back on there probably was just a wind knocked out of him kind of thing.
So the 5-yard penalty, make the kick from the 35-yard line now. Stevenson leaves. Reed is on to kick now, I think.
Are they going to kick it deep now?
Doesn't look like it. Just by the way that Reed is a lefty. Little question, a little pooch kick. Chance to return it. Inside the 50 already. They'll start in plus territory. That was number 11, Jude Walker, on the return. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line of the Marcos for the Ponies here. Third quarter, 5:10 to go. Handoff, nope, going to be keeper by Van Hooser, excuse me. He's going to lose 4.
Yeah, as I say, at least 3 or 4.
Well, they're being pretty generous with that spot. Make it a loss of, I think. Yep, loss of 3, we'll call it. 2nd and 13. Back in their own territory at the 49-yard line. They have not had a whole lot of success inside the numbers tonight. We've said that several times, but they've tried to spread, and this defensive line and inside linebacker crew for Polo Marcos has been very, very stout.
Yeah, now on that play there, they just stayed in their lanes. They didn't bite off the fakes. Here's going to be an end-around pass.
And a pass. Van Hooser is there. That's a good play.
It is.
That was perfectly timed, even though he never looked back at it. It was perfectly timed by the Marcos. He was well behind the play. It looked like it was number
Esteban, and the name's cut off on their number 54.
Good recovery there. It's 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, the nice thing, I guess you could call it the nice thing about the rules now, there is no such thing as face guarding. As long as you don't make contact, you can do exactly what he did and stuck that hand up right in his face there at the last moment. And
well, he did a good job to recover and not give up on the play. And out into the flat, the pass to Lush. I tell you, the thing that Polo does so well, Jeff, that's a gain of 4. Going to bring up 4th down and 9. They do not miss tackles.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know that they've missed a tackle tonight, and that right there is a perfect. Lush, normally that cutback for Lush gets him another 4 or 5 yards. It didn't get him anything that time. The arm got out, wrapped him up.
Yep, and then there was pursuit to the ball to help clean it up also.
So it's 4th down and 9. You have to go for it here. Down by 30 with 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Van Hooser throws it short again. Another completion on 4th down. A gain of 5, but they needed 9, and it's a turnover on downs. Hout with the catch, but it's a turnover on downs. Number 24, Hout with the reception. Hudson Hout. 1st and 10, Marcos. 3:37 to go here in the quarter. We want to tell you that February 28th in Peoria Heights, the Illinois 8-Man Football Association will be holding its first 8-man football coaching clinic at Peoria Heights High School. John Lawler and Coach Perkins can talk to you about that. That was Reed on the carry. A gain of 6, 2nd down and a long 4. 3:15 to go. So talked a little bit about it with Joe Murdian earlier. The advances of this 8-man deal, Jeff, has been pretty amazing. As far as the coaching and 8-man football in Illinois just continues to progress.
And every year more and more teams are joining
Handoff. Going to get to the 50. Gain of 1. That's Reed again. I would highly doubt you'll see Mumford anymore, but I could be wrong. Running the ball anyway.
I don't. With the way the score is right now, I wouldn't see why you would want to bring him in.
I don't know how hurt he is. He limped or jogged limped that last 10 or 15 yards of the touchdown run.
Yeah.
Here's the handoff again. Reed around left side. He'll have the first down and a gain of 5. If they put it at the 45, they will. 1st and 10. Marcos at the 45-yard line of the Ponies. Under 2 minutes to go now. 1:55 remaining in the third quarter.
You know, there was some good defensive penetration that time by the Ponies, but it's one of those things that the penetration looked good, but it actually took them out of the lanes, and Reed was able to go around the end for the 5-yard gain and the first down.
The Polo Marcos looking to finish off a ticket to Monmouth. Here's Reed again. He's finally going to be brought back. No gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. We approach the 1-minute mark of the third quarter. Second half taking a little bit longer, Jeff, because there has been a few more passes thrown here in the quarter, but still, when Polo has the ball, the clock does not stop.
Yeah, and there's no reason for them to pass at this point, and as you said, they're just going to run as much time off the clock as they can as they matriculate the ball down the field.
Here's the pitch this time. It's Reed again. Go for a gain of 3 or 4. We'll see where they mark it. It'll bring up 3rd and long. Gain of 3, 3rd down and 7 for the Marcos. 20 seconds remaining. I don't think they'll run another play. They will not. And with that, we'll take another break as well. It's the end of the third quarter. The Marcos lead the Ponies 30-0 here in I8FA semifinal action. The road to Monmouth is narrowing quickly. Amboy is on their one lane, and it looks like Polo heading on the other. We'll take a break. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
And welcome back. The Ponies cheerleaders on the screen. They've had a lot to cheer about this year, Jeff, but tonight it's been all Polo Marcos.
Yeah, you know, this doesn't take anything away from the season that South Fork has had. Undefeated season coming in tonight, their first semifinal appearance in 8-man football.
And brought down into just a short gain, I guess. With a gain of 2. That was Mumford.
I was just going to see, I see the green and red shoes out there, so.
Clock running here in the fourth quarter, just underway in quarter number 4. I am surprised Mumford is in there.
It must be just a cramp issue then if he's back in there. Oh. Fullback took off a little bit early there.
Fourth down and 10 now.
Go, boys!
Ponies got a long way to go if they want to try to get back in this, but.
And the worst part, this penalty, the clock is still ran the whole time.
Yeah. Stevenson throws back across. Out of bounds. Oh, they said he caught it? Huh. Pass Damon Rao. It's a turnover on downs nonetheless.
Was it about a 3-yard gain?
Yeah, that's probably being generous in all honesty. First and 10.
I couldn't see.
Joe is. That's the one time Joe's kind of been in your way tonight.
I couldn't see.
First and 10 at the 43 for so a 2-yard gain is all that was really. Van Hooser, excuse me, is going to keep it, and man, he's just going to be bunched up in the backfield.
He was wrapped up right at the 40-yard line.
Almost not enough time to really do anything even. Pack now is there and others. A gain or a loss of 2. It's going to bring up second down and 12. Actually, it's almost a loss of 3, but we'll give it 2 and call it a long 12. So Amboy sitting at home now, watching to see who they're going to play. Barring a miraculous comeback at this point, it'll be Polo and Amboy in the championship game. And again, Bailey nowhere to go again, and another 2 or 3 yard loss. Give it a 3-yard loss. It's 3rd and 15.
It's only his 4th carry of the contest.
.9:25 to go, and it's 2 wides, 1 far, 1 near. Motion now. Across the middle. Pass intended for Dial.
Little defensive holding, I do believe.
It's 3rd and 15.
If they call a pass interference, it won't be enough for a first down, I don't think. If they call the defensive holding.
They do call pass interference. It'll be close to a first down.
5.
It's 15.
Oh, okay. Yep, I see where the spot the ball was. Yeah, it should give them the first down by just a couple yards in.
It's going to be right at it. It's going to be right at it. First down by penalty.
And that's a Pony's first down.
9:11 to go in the 4th quarter. Bailey again, and again, nothing for Bailey. That's a 2-yard loss. It's 2nd down and 12 again.
I've got him for other than the 36-yard gain on the spin move carry. He does not have a positive yards.
Well, they moved that ball forward some, it looked like maybe there a little bit, but we'll call it a loss of 2 still. 2nd down and 12. Clock continues to run. 8:32 to go. Low snap. Van Hooser gets it to Lush. Lush is going to get it down near the 36-yard line, maybe 37.
Gain of about
8 yards.
I was going to say 8 or 9.
Give him 8. 3rd and 4. 8 minutes left in the ball game. Just heard our friend Joe Murdian say on the radio, left in regulation. It would take a miracle to get this thing to overtime, but it could happen. Throw into the flat. Lush is there again. That's going to be a gain of 16, I do believe. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 32. I might have been 5 yards off on that, Jeff. 1st and 10 at the 32. Van Hooser lobs it up, and that might be picked again. It is. Stevenson gets the interception. 7:10 to go. And Polo will have it deep in their own end, as that was just lofted up there. And JT Stevenson back there playing center field, Jeff, and just waited on it.
Yeah, that's one of those balls. If you're going to throw that deep, you have to throw it out in front of your receiver so that he can run to it. Anything, a jump ball like that, that's kind of thrown up there in no man's land on that one.
So there you see the Polo offense now under Stevenson's direction. Reed is the deep setback. Mercer Mumford stays on the sideline. Hand off to Reed. Reed's got some running room. He bounces it outside. Long one coming here. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. 20, 10, 5, touchdown from the third. Was he at the 13?
That's what I was looking.
It's an 80-plus yard touchdown run with 6:54 to go. And Reed was on the move, but I got to give that a deep back judge some credit. He was moving too. Did you see him flying out there?
I was not.
Man, he was doing his best to keep up. 6:54 to go.
I think you're about 5 yards short, Dwayne.
Is that the 8?
I think he was at the 8-yard line.
So 92-yard run. Then give or take a yard or two.
We're going to go 93. It looks like the ball is placed at the – no, we're going to go 8. I just saw where the stick was. We'll go 92-yard run.
6:54 left. And Polo trying to go up by 38. Rolling right. Stevenson on the run now. Throws all the way back across and wide open is number 3. Rao. So the 2-point conversion is good. And it is 38-0 as the offense for the Ponies tonight have just not been able to get anything going in their favor. Seniors for this South Fork squad starting to see the reality, Jeff, that their season coming to an end here tonight, and it's going to be sad to lose this game, probably especially the way they're losing it, but they cannot look past the job they've done this year.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. This doesn't take away from the season they've had. You know, having the leading rusher in 8-man football this year, leading touchdown scorer as well. You know, first semifinal appearance for the program. You know, it's not going to end the way they wanted it to, but it's been a very successful season for them.
Yeah, the kind of season that's program building, right?
Right.
And hopefully Coach Hanlon and the rest of the staff and the underclassmen and the juniors can build on this and work to make next year even better. But here's Reed to kick again. Right at it. And then, keeping his feet moving. Big boy. That's number 50, a senior, Brody Pop. Giving a pop, and it's 1st and 10 at just about the 40-yard line of the Marcos. Excuse me.
I mean, he's not going to get another chance. Why not take it?
Why not? He had clean recovery and 6:49 to go in the football game. The Amboy and the Marcos. Van Hooser tracked down from behind, and guess who? One more time, number 25, Quentin Hart, and he might be the player of the game. He has tracked stuff down from behind on defense so much here tonight.
Yeah, he's been all over the field. He's been doing some really good pursuit angles coming from behind. You know, the defense is doing their job of forcing plays outside or forcing them back inside depending on what they need, and he's been right there to clean up the play.
2nd and 11, clock running, 6:10 remaining in the football game. That could have almost been procedure.
Yeah.
Pass into the flat. Incomplete. Intended for Shanks.
Yeah, a little bit of forward movement by both of the running backs. They're leaning a little bit.
Well, they were still leaning. I don't know that they were ever actually completely set.
Right.
I mean, I say they were leaning, but third down and 11 now. Clock stopped with 5:58 remaining after the incomplete pass. Polo making a statement here tonight. I think me included, thought this game might be a pretty decent game, and they've made a statement that they're ready to play next week. Oh, Van Hooser.
Just nowhere to go.
There was 4 white jerseys that came through there. Pack now and others. That's a loss of 8.
Interior line there for Polo, just right up through there, getting off their blocks and getting right in there. And as you said, Van Hooser just had no time to get rid of the ball.
Clock continues to run. 4th down at the 50. Van Hooser. Brody Van Hooser, number 3, a 5'11", 170-pound senior. Van Hooser into the flat. Brody Lush, he's got some room. He's going to go a 50-yard touchdown run for Brody Lush with 4:56 to go. Oh, there's a flag down.
Holding on the offense.
No, I don't.
He just called it in the center.
Yeah, but he was doing.
I thought he went like this.
I don't think it's a holding call. I want to see the motion again. Coach Hanlon having a communication.
Oh.
Personal foul, blindside. This is not the personal foul
I just
signal.
looked up and I saw him come down.
No, he was doing this, but it's a blindside block is what they called.
So I'm guessing since they set that up like a little screenplay underneath, it probably was a crackback block coming in.
So a 5-yard completion.
Oh, yep, right there it was. Right on his cutback, he had a blindside block on the backside of it to spring him.
A 5-yard completion, and they take a 16-yard penalty.
Yeah.
So it's 4th down now in Pawnee. 4:56. Thrown up and incomplete. That was Pop with the throw. Brody Pop took the throw, and it's incomplete, intended for Van Hooser again, but that'll be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 at the 39. They're going to move it back to the 40, it looks like. 1st and 10 from just inside the 40 for the Marcos of Polo, with 4:47 remaining.
Yeah, I went back and looked at that play, and right when he makes the cutback, you can see the blindside block right behind him. It actually sprung him on the cutback.
Reed under center. Running back that time looks to be number 1, Jackson Willie. See if that's Willis or Willie. Willis, actually, excuse me. Clock running, 4:10 remaining. They can take 2 or 3 downs to get this, Jeff. They'll be pretty close to be able to run out the clock if they can get a first down.
Yeah.
Reed again to Willis. He's not really even trying to run hard. Nope. He's just keeping the ball covered up.
Yep, he's just trying to get what they give him and then not give up the ball but keep the clock running.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and a short 6, long 5. 3:35 remaining. Again, 2 tight end set, offset I. Handoff to the fullback that time. He'll have a first down. Yeah, he's going to roll across, I do believe. That was Quentin Hart on the carry. A gain of 6, 1st and 10. 3:07 remaining, so they start the clock, but they will have to get another first down to run the clock out, though. Coach Alston on the far side giving the play to Reed. 2:45 left. Hand off to Hart again. He's going to keep rolling forward, and he's going to end up with a gain of about 7 or 8. We'll see where they mark it.
Looks like about 8 where they're standing. Do you agree there?
Well, I don't know. No.
I think they moved it back. Never mind.
Yep,
they moved.
They did.
I was
barely,
watching where he was
barely
standing.
7. It might even be 6. And they keep moving it back more.
Well, I wrote 7, so if he gets an extra 1 here, I won't count it.
Well, we'll just let him have it. How about that? That was hard on the carry. We're under 2 minutes to go.
They're unofficial stats anyways.
Officially unofficial.
They are officially unofficial.
2nd down and a long 3. 1:40 to go. Another first down will end it. That time, the up back takes it again. Not much doing that time.
Was it Hart again?
I believe so.
I almost feel the way that he went up there and grabbed it and kind of bent over, it was just to let some of the, let some of the clock run off.
3rd down, a gain of really no gain on the play.
Yeah,
3rd down and 3.
I feel he just wanted to run into the scrum and get tackled and secure the ball and just not risk breaking for a touchdown or anything like that, but keep the clock running.
One minute remaining. They really need this first down technically. And timeout to the Ponies, and they're going to take all the seniors off the field, I do believe.
Yep, I think he saw what Polo was trying to do and wanted to get a chance to get the seniors off. And
they are taking all the seniors off the field after a storybook season comes up just a little short in the end, but it's been a great year for the South Fork Ponies. Polo, their only loss to Milledgeville this year, early in the season. Week number 2 or 3.
2 or 3, I think, yeah.
So 54 seconds left, third down. They will take a knee, but they'll still have to punt or something with a few seconds left unless they're going to let them not do it. Technically, they should have to. I think they may wait and just say we're not going to count it.
You could also just take the snap and walk backwards. Kneel down as time expires.
Well, now they're taking another snap.
I think the coach finally told them, hey, you got to wait here, boys.
I think the official might have told him, to be blatantly honest with you. He's walking up there talking to him right now. Boy, that was a quick 40 seconds. There it is. They're just going to let the clock run.
Yep.
They took the penalty, and then the clock would have ran out is what would have happened. Polo is going to the state championship game, and the jinx of Drosty is no more for Polo as they are finding their way back, this time to play Amboy in the state championship game. Polo last there against Orangeville when they got the win in a very tightly contested game.
I got to tell you this just because you just said it. When we went to Polo week 1, I walked over and I was standing on the sideline and Coach Brake, our offensive and defensive line coach, looked at me and says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm just standing on the spot where Drosky made the cutback."
Good year for the Ponies comes to an end at 11-1. DeMarco's improved to 11-1. So we have 2 11-1 teams in the state championship game next Friday at April Zorn Memorial Stadium on the campus of Monmouth College. It's the Illinois Farm Bureau state championship game for the I8FA. And it's going to be Polo and Amboy. One radio station covers both schools, but they're going to be making the trip down to Monmouth. And I'm sure the towns will empty and find their way down as well. The Clippers very used to being there. It'll be their 4th straight year, excuse me. They've won 2, lost 1. Polo will be back for the first time in 3 years after getting the win against Orangeville. They were defeated by Drosty and West Central the next year on a last-second touchdown, literally as time expired. They've been in the semifinals the last 6 years, including this year, and they are back at the state championship game with the win tonight, 38-0, the final score. The Marcos getting the win over the South Fork Ponies. Want to go over some stats, Jeff?
Sure. Go over South Fork here real quick. Van Hooser. Which one is it?
Van Hooser.
Van Hooser going to end the night with, as the leading rusher, 13 carries for 42 yards. Bailey's going to end the night on what I have him for 5 carries for 29 yards. His biggest play came on a 34-yard or 36-yard run, and his other 4 yards were all in the negative category. Walker is going to end the night with the one run for 1 yard, and Lush is going to end the night with -7 after having a -8-yard run there in the third quarter. Van Hooser is going to end the night, though, with trying to think here. I got Lush for 61 yards receiving and Hout with 4 yards receiving, but I actually didn't write down the pass play. Oh, that's right. Never mind. It came back on the penalty.
Well, they got 5 yards on it.
Yes, I did write down the 5 yards on that.
Yeah.
So that's where it's going to be. He ends with 61 yards. Lush has 61 yards receiving and Hout with 4 yards receiving. Van Houser with 65 yards on the night and 3 INTs. Bailey was 0 for 3 on his halfback option passes, and that will round out the stats for the Ponies.
And Pop actually threw that last one.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I gave it to Bailey on accident. So Bailey was 0 for 2. Pop was 0 for 1.
Both coaches still down talking to their players as Polo breaks theirs. We'll get Kenny when coaches come up to give the headsets to the coaches. I know that we'll let the radio have Coach Alston first, and then we'll take him after that. You want some Pony stats or anything else?
I got some Polo stats
Polo
for
stats,
you.
I'm sorry.
Mumford with 28 yards rushing, 28 rushes for 171 yards. Reed with 11 yards rushing, or 11 carries for 126 yards rushing. Stevenson's going to end the night with 74 yards on 4 carries. Willis 5 yards on 2 carries, and Hart with 13 yards on 3 carries. Stevenson's going to end the night with 41 yards on 4 for 4. Nothing's changed from that from the first half. Rowe with 13 yards receiving. Perez with 21, and Mumford with the one catch for 7 yards. And that will round it out for Polo on the stats.
You know, really, all things considered, not a ton of stats for either team for a 38-0 game. Other if you take Mumford out of the equation, and then the 92-yard run for Reed.
Yeah, I was going to say before that run, Reed was sitting at 10 carries for 34 yards, breaks off that 92-yard run, and to be honest with you, though, other than I mean, that was really only the big play of the game. We saw Bailey get one that we thought was going to go for big yardage, but it was tracked down by Stevenson, tracked him down, kept him to a 36-yard gain. Other than that, we didn't have any big plays over. We had some around the 20, 25-yard mark, but that was the actual, big break play that we had all game.
Yeah, it's been and Lush had to play at the end of the game that ended up having a crack back penalty called, and so you didn't get that opportunity to get those points on the board, and a loss is a loss, but having 38-6 or 8 on the scoreboard would have made you feel a lot better than 38-0, right?
Right. Just the fact that hey, we put some points up, we didn't quit, but yeah, and unfortunately that illegal blindside block brought it all back.
And we talk about the score because that's what we have to talk about, but what we also need to talk about is the fans here at South Fork, the kids, the year that they've had, Jeff, and the way this town came together, and it was packed here. The atmosphere was, as you said, electric, just an amazing atmosphere for small school football, and that's what this is all about. And these fans and these kids and the school and the administration, everybody needs to be proud of what they've done.
And it goes with what you're saying right now. Kenny's got it on camera. They're literally walking around the football field thanking the fans for being here.
Yeah, and that's is something you don't see very often, especially from a team that's lost. If you noticed right after the huddle, the Polo team went down their sideline as well and shake the hands with everybody over there too. So these are two schools that understand how important these runs are, right, and what it means. And fireworks going off now, and you might say why. they've had a great year. Didn't end quite where and how they wanted it to and when they wanted it to, but a fantastic year and a lot of excitement in this town.
Well, they were kind of blue and gold, the ones that just went off. So.
You have to give both these teams credit, as now they're walking down right in front of us here and meeting up with fans as they walk by.
And, looking at the roster and some of the names we said tonight, South Fork, they're going to lose a lot of players from this team. They also have a lot of players that were out there that are going to be back next year. I think one of the names that you're probably going to get used to hearing next year is, let's see if I get the light on his first name, is Stephen Shanks. We heard his name a few times tonight, was attended receiver a few times, but that kid is – watching him walk off the field here, he's built pretty much a little bit taller, maybe a little bit bigger than Bailey is, and so you've got a sophomore that's probably going to be stepping into that running back role for him.
Yeah, this is a program that's on the upswing. Now the key is when you lose a senior class like they've had, can you overcome that, right, and bring that back and make the program build like you really want it to. And that'll be the next big thing for Coach Hanlon and the rest of the coaching staff as they move into next year.
Yeah, and when you have a senior class, what it looks like, what they have, and all the pictures are lined up in front of us down here on the fence, and just looking at the roster, when you have a senior class that leads you to a semifinal appearance as an underclassman, a junior, sophomore, freshman going into next year, you always want to improve on that because the goal has been set, the mark has been set. You want to continue on with that.
Coach Alston has found his way up. He's going to talk to Joe Murdian, and then we'll grab him after that, hopefully. Coach Hanlon will find his way up here shortly. We can talk to him. They had a lot of fireworks over there to go off.
I mean, this is better than some of the 4th of July shows I saw this year.
So you've seen both these teams, Polo and Amboy.
One team I've seen twice now.
Yeah. What do you expect next week? You'll be on the call with Wyatt and Chris.
I guess, yeah, I've seen both of those teams next week also. You're going to see a lot of the same thing that you're seeing tonight. And I tell you what, if you were on the broadcast earlier watching the Amboy-Milledgeville game, Amboy is the same kind of monster that Polo is. They're gonna try to just dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And they're going to try to get to that point of attack to set the edge for the running backs. And on the flip side, they're going to try to set that edge on defense to force everything in. And we've seen some pretty high scoring contests when it comes to state, and we've seen some slugfests. And I have every right to think that next week is going to be a slugfest.
When you did the first championship game with us, Polo and Orangeville.
Mm-hmm.
And Polo won that game, was it 12-8, I think?
Yeah, and it was expected to be like, I think the predicted scores was like 48-42 or something.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 12-7.
He says they kicked it. Give them some credit on that one.
We forget about that. That's not supposed to happen in small school football, But and I say that jokingly because there's been some really good kickers this year and the last couple of years in I8FA.
Yeah.
There really has been.
There has, yes.
Field goal, PAT, and kicking off.
Flanagan, up until this year, they had a kid that, he was kicking off into the end zone, back of the end zone, and they kicked extra points every time. We thought we actually had a chance to get in there watching on film. He's too good. You don't get in there quick enough. But, yeah, you're right. There has been some really good kickers.
It's Brody Lush is right down here getting some hugs from family, and congratulations on a big senior year. But, you never want the seasons to come to an end, and it's a tough way to have it end. But I think that Coach Hanlon may be finding his way up here now as well. So we'll see if – so we got some youngsters from South Fork out there getting practice in already, ready to get the next football season going. But
next generation out there on the field.
Yep. And try to get coaches and stuff up here. Coach Alston will come over here after he's done with Joe Murdian and the radio crew. But I'll tell you what, it's just been a great year. Going to culminate next weekend in Monmouth, as it has the last 5 years, I guess. And looking forward to that. 4 or 5 cameras again. It's our biggest production of the year, and should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I always enjoy doing the state game, and it's one of those ones where you get your replay set up, you get your sideline cameras, as you said, 5 or 6 different camera views on it. It's a good time. And the 4 of us usually get cramped in that little bitty box. We have to stand shoulder to shoulder, and
yeah, get to watch it on TV and do a little fun and throw some replay in it again this year, and hopefully have some sideline stuff. Depending on the weather may throw us a few issues this weekend, it looks like. But as you pointed out, it is supposed to be nicer that night.
I mean, it's a week away. They can barely predict the weather tomorrow, so, who knows. They're saying maybe around 54 degrees around kickoff and slight chance of rain.
Stockton leading Dwight 8-0, according to the chat, so thank you for that.
I did see that, let me go look at it here. I believe it was 3A scored. The only one that I had at the time was Byron over IC Catholic 28-6.
That's another NUIC area school up there.
Tolono Unity over Williamsville, number 4 over number 1, 42-7.
Oof.
And Vandalia falls to St. Joseph Ogden. That's a number 2, losing to number 14, 38-24. That's in 3A football.
St. Joe Ogden is always tough.
Some 2A scores. Maroa Forsyth beating Flora 48-12. That's a final. And Arthur Loveting beat Westville 42-35. Wilmington up 35-0 over Tri-Valley. And El Paso Gridley up 23-7 on Farmington.
Braden Colonius out there, you saw as he turns around and walks off, taking a minute in the center of the football field. Boy, Shanks is a big kid, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw him out here earlier, and I was just like, this is a pretty big kid here. And to see that he's just a sophomore, I mean, that's some teams are going to not like seeing him the next couple years.
Yeah, I would imagine that is probably going to be the case as we wait for Coach Alston to come over here. We'll give Coach Hanlon a little time down there. He's down there talking to a newspaper reporter, it would appear, or something along those lines. Give him a few minutes to try to get up here. Hopefully we can talk to him. It is nice getting to talk to both coaches before the game, though, and being able to kind of get their thoughts heading into the contest. You can see Coach Hanlon holding one of his little ones, talking to the Hey, Coach. I see how it is, Coach.
I was going up to I saw him, but I didn't see you back here, and I wasn't sure.
He's like, I'm not coming to talk to that Spartan hat.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to talk to me either, Coach, for whatever that's worth.
Well, after you tried to blind me earlier in the pregame.
I saw that.
Hey.
I would at least turned you around and had you face that way.
I couldn't even call plays the first series. I just had black
spots in my eyes.
Well, you did awful good at it for not seeing then.
That's a good thing you have those things planned out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Coach, I tell you what, talk about that first series. I mean, you came out, set the tone, and you struggled a little on the second series, but you came out in the first series and set the tone, and away you went.
Yeah, first series was tremendous. We did exactly what we wanted to do, which was get those tough yards inside. Once in a great while, have to get outside, but we really felt like going straight at them was our best bet this evening. And, yeah, that second series was terrible, but we recovered and were able to put it together the rest of the game and control the line of scrimmage and control the ball offensively, which was a big part of what we wanted to do tonight.
You have a second series go as bad as that one did for you. I mean, you fumbled 3 times, I think, on that series, and then you turned around and muffed the next punt. When things can go that bad, but nothing really other than you losing yardage, they never got the ball. They never did. I mean, you step back from that and say, well, I mean, I don't ever want to see that happen in a 4 or 5 play span again. But maybe we're okay for the night when that kind of stuff goes.
Well, there was a little bit of luck involved in some of that stuff too. That ball.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, sometimes
right. Yeah, and credit the kids. They didn't get too, worked up over it. We punted it away and played good defense, and then the rest of the game we were fine. We just had that real bad stretch there, and that's going to happen in a football game no matter what. And so you just hope your kids can respond well and not get too high or too low in situations like that. And I thought our kids did a pretty good job of staying pretty level-headed.
We talked before the game about you guys being here before. These kids have all been here before. And the semifinal round I'm in was something that's not too big for them maybe. Do you feel like the start of the game, that first drive, when you guys were able to answer that, maybe set a team that wasn't as used to playing in this kind of pressure, kind of set them on their heels a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're a tremendous team. Defensively, they didn't give up a whole lot of points to power running teams. Most of the points they were giving up was to the spread teams like Metro East Lutheran and stuff like that. So I think for us to be able to line up in double tight and run right at them, I'm sure it took a little bit out of their sails. But, we knew it was going to be a long game. And, for us, that was exactly what we felt like we had to do. I mean, we're not going to be able to spread it out and throw it all over the place. So we knew that was our best bet. And, I'm sure to have us do that was a little disheartening for them. Would have been disheartening for us if that would have been opposite. So, and this is a game of momentum. So, with us still being able to move the ball most series, that was kind of probably for them something they weren't used to.
Mumford, he's not a George Bailey-looking running back, but he seems like he's just as hard to tackle. I mean, the kid just makes people miss and never – his feet are always pumping, and he is a really hard kid to bring down.
He is. He's slippery, and he's also kind of a little bit stronger than people give him credit for. He's kind of a long, lanky kid, but he gets into piles, and he can move piles because he's so, like you said, he's so good at keeping his feet moving. So, we had some issues with him with some cramping, and he didn't play a whole lot in that second half, but we had some kids fill in and do a nice job for us there.
Now, in our chat, Tucker Mumford said that Mercer never runs like that on him in the backyard. Do you believe that?
I do believe it because Tucker never gets a piece of him. Mercer's past him every time. So
I had to bring that up. I'm sorry. They tried to spread you guys out in the second half, and it was a little more effective. But what can you say about your defensive line and your linebackers, especially inside linebackers? They were always there tonight.
Yeah, well, we kind of felt like at halftime that they would come out and try to spread us out and take advantage of getting them in space. And we really, told our defensive ends, you got to be disciplined, you got to stay at home. And our middle backer had to keep spy on the quarterback. And they got some big plays on us, which we knew was going to happen, but we were able to recover. And I thought our kids did a tremendous job when they came out in that different offense, and we were able to kind of keep them from getting that big play and getting back in the game.
Coach, were you surprised that they went away from Bailey as soon as they did?
It's one of those things where I think you get to the point where you're like, we got to score points. We can't just keep feeding him up the, running the regular plays because they just weren't working. So no, I think what they did I kind of expected it, spread it out, and try to get it in those playmakers' hands. Had it been a 1 or 2 score game, I think, keep feeding them. But at that point, I think they kind of, did what they probably thought was the best way for them to score, because we were really doing a good job against Bailey. I thought defensively, and, that's kind of frustrating.
I think he only had 1 carry for positive yards, and that was the big one where Stevenson tracked him down from behind.
Yeah, we worked really hard this week on what they did, and I thought defensively, I thought our kids executed the game plan to perfection almost.
You see that, and I know when I talk to you, everybody knows that the opposing team's going to focus on Bailey. West Carroll slowed him down in the first half last week. Weren't able to continue to do that in the second half. You guys were ahead, which probably made it easier to slow him down because, like you said, they were trying to throw the ball a little bit more. What is it that you guys were able to see, or what was it that you guys wanted to do to keep him from busting? Because every other game, except for the last 2, he was able to run where he wanted and do what he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, our whole objective was you couldn't let him get ahead of steam going. If he gets into your second level, I mean, he's just so big and strong, it's impossible. So we were really trying to stay disciplined with their line movement, not falling for fakes, and just reading certain keys that we felt would bring us to the right play, and that's what our kids did really well tonight.
Stevenson tracking down Bailey, Jeff mentioned that a minute ago. That's the kind of stuff that, I don't want to say legends in a game like this, but in a close game, you see the DK Metcalf track down all the time and stuff like that. I mean, he was 10 yards behind him when he took off to catch him, and he caught him in about 20. Stevenson did not give up on that play when a lot of players or a lot of teams would have had players that did.
Yeah, and that's something we preach. We always say if you catch them at the 1, you're giving us a chance.
Right.
And so we actually talk about a play that happened about 6 years ago with a kid where he ran him down from about 80 yards. Finally, got him at about the 3-yard line. We ended up stopping. We still show that series to our kids just to say, look, it's never over. That's something that Proud JT does stuff like that, and a lot of our kids do that. So, I hate nothing worse than when you see a guy break through and everyone just kind of starts jogging. And JT did a nice job there, stopped him, and we ended up keeping him out of the end zone.
So you're playing a team that you're not unfamiliar with.
I'm not unfamiliar with them.
So you got another game, and I mean, is it exciting to play somebody that you know so well and you've seen so many times through the years as a school, or is it cool to come down to these kind of games where you're seeing teams that you don't normally see?
Obviously, this was awesome. It's a really cool environment down here, and to be able to play at a place you've never played and a team you've never played. But I mean, it's the state championship. We'll play whoever. You're just happy to be there, and Amboy's a tremendous team. Obviously, we're going to have our hands full with that, and I have very close ties to Amboy. I actually coached there my first 4 years of teaching, and still have a lot of great friends, and their AD and some of the guys on their coaching staff I actually coached, and so it's pretty cool, to be able to play a team that you kind of have a pretty strong tie to, as a coach and as a teacher.
I'm sure the kids kind of know each other a little bit too. I mean, you're a ways away, but you're not too far away that you don't keep an eye on each other, probably, I would suspect. So how long do you celebrate this win and wait to get ready for the next one?
Well, we always tell the kids you celebrate until the films come up on Amboy, and then it's time to get back to work. So obviously you want them to enjoy this. This is a special thing, and we hope they have a great night tonight and a good day tomorrow, and then on Monday we'll get back to work.
One last question. Does this mean the curse of Drosty is gone?
I can't answer that because I'm not allowed to say that name. It's like the Harry Potter. What is that? Voldemort. Drosty. No, that was one of those tough. I'm glad you brought that up. I had gotten over that finally this morning, and now you brought it up.
The trauma is back.
The trauma is back.
Yeah,
dear Lord, I apologize.
Every once in a while, our coaches will still talk about that play. We'll be like, oh man, but
is his name Kirby?
Yeah.
Kirby never gives you a hard time about that.
Yeah, that was a rough one. The year after that, Amboy just took it to us. Last year was a pretty decent game with Milledgeville. Right. But yeah, it's good to get past the semifinal.
Well, we want to congratulate you. Thanks for being so hospitable and doing the interviews and everything. And we'll talk to you some more next weekend and before and after the game, and maybe another championship. Was it 12-7?
That was a pretty boring one, yeah.
I had it pointed out that Orangeville kicked a field goal or an extra point, which I had forgotten about. But that was cold. The next year was way colder.
Yeah.
And then we've had it seems like it's been cold. The weather looks decent next week.
I hope so. I don't mind it a little cool, but I'm not a fan of cold weather. I don't know how the kids feel, but I'm not a big fan of cold weather.
It needs to be 45 or more.
There you go. Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Yep.
Coach, congratulations.
You got it. Thank you. And thanks for all the coverage. Appreciate you guys.
Hey, not a problem. Thank you much. We'll see you next week. Coach Alston talking to us, and I don't see Coach Hanlon anywhere now.
No, I've been kind of keeping an eye on him. He's been mingling out with the players and kind of working his way away from us.
We will just call that quits for the Knights. It's Amboy and Polo in the state championship game. The Illinois Farm Bureau I8FA state championship game live from April Zorn Memorial Stadium on the campus of Monmouth College next Friday night, November 21st at 7 p.m. Pregame show will start at 6. Thanks for joining us tonight. So for Jeff and Kenny, I'm Dwayne. It's been fun. We'll see you in Monmouth.